everyone, and welcome into yet another live stream. How are you all doing? Hi the Happy, hi the Someone, hi the Sorry, hi the Deep. Hi. Make it need to fix two streams. They've 625 and 623. The thumbnail and title, two different things. Did they really not get changed? Oh no. Hold on, let me fix that real quick then. So 625, you say? Oh, it's yesterday. You are correct. The thumbnail is off. Let me just fix it real quick. There we go. Now it's red. Now it's correct. And 623. No, 623 is as appropriate. Anyhow, hi Deepka, hi Nada Goodback, welcome! And today we will be playing some music in the background of the stream. There, I hope it's... no. Answer from Saturday. What to do days Tuesday? You mean you haven't slept? You can't sleep. Since Saturday and Tuesday, that's 4 days. Can't wait for some copyrighted music to start playing. I don't have copyrighted music in that folder. I've actually never gotten a copyright strike. Never in my entire life. On none of the streams, none of the videos, never. Not once have, none of the shorts, nothing. Not once have I gotten a copyright strike. I did get some copyright warnings, that's because music that's copyright free in one country was for some reason copyrighted in another, but that was a warning, that wasn't a strike. Took one lap. Take another one, student. Oh my goodness, don't waste your time on stream right now. Go sleep. That's an insane amount of time to go without sleep. Student, please. Okay, anyhow, I have been just rendering the animations in the background. They take an insane amount of time to render. I'm thinking I went a bit too far on the quality of these. Oh, for back just a little there. So, but planting like, yeah, I might have overdone it ever so slightly. Whoops. I'll find a way to fix it. Just check the title on day 623. Alright, I believe you. No need to check, I believe you. Mickey, what will be the topic of the stream? What time in the country of Europe is nighttime? Yeah, it is. It is. Also, don't say in it. Oh no, the Brits. Oh no. My PTSD. Don't remind me that British... no, let's call them people exist. First of all, on this stream, we're gonna start with something I haven't done in a couple of live streams. I think. Or maybe last... I don't know. Keeping track of time is difficult. And I'm going to... drink some coffee. Oh, when this kicks in, the live stream is gonna be much more entertaining than yesterday. Now, today, we will work on the video, first and foremost, that's the most important thing, or rather videos. We have 2 of them to do. The problem is, right here, in my infinite wisdom and lack of brain function, I start an animation which takes an incredibly long time to render. So we might just do some scripting. We might just script the video ever so slightly a bit, instead. This one, about fundamental forces. I have PTSD from the Brits, why though? No, I have PTSD because, like, there are so many people trying to convince me that the British exist. I know British people, well, people, once again, you know, in quotes. I know British people don't exist. Well, you mean to tell me that there's like an like an island, all right, where you have these people where there's like 4 countries, but it's actually 1 country, and it's actually an empire, and actually like they colonized the entire world, but then they just like disappeared all of a sudden. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's not real. You mean you still believe in British people? You still think they exist? Deep guy, don't get ridiculous. Jersey, I can't. I tried everything Southern organic, but no, them walk and I am staying. Starting new days and Saturday. That's not good, student. You should. Do you have access to like healthcare or something? Because at this point, I would just get myself checked out. Not sleeping for a day or 2 days. Okay, that happens. But 4 days is insane. Hi there, Bennett. I think you should check yourself out. Some medical professional. Go to the doctor. Because that is dangerous. Lucky to get insomnia, but I can't. Insomnia isn't fun. There's no benefit to insomnia, really. Insomnia doesn't mean you're unaffected by sleep, by lack of sleep. It means that you just can't fall asleep. Going there at 12 noon. Okay, good. Good. You need to sleep for 20 hours. Happy, but you do realize that, like, you choose to go to sleep. At least I hope that you choose to go to sleep and you don't just pass out, because that would be another health condition. But if you choose to go to sleep, that's because you're tired. Or sleepy, rather. When you have insomnia, you're still sleepy, you just can't fall asleep. More time to do work. No, there's not really more time to do work. You'll be so sleepy and tired you won't be able to do any work. That's what's so annoying. Listen, if with insomnia you could do the same amount of work without needing the sleep, then that wouldn't really be a problem, would it? The problem is not the problem is that insomnia isn't about not needing to sleep, only not being able to sleep. So British people are in their own league, you say? I wouldn't call their own league. First of all, they don't exist, okay? Let's get that out of the way. I'm awake, I can't walk, my fusion efficiency. I get it, student, I understand. There's a thing, but can you make a video about point charges / electric fields of 2-point charges? I would greatly appreciate the free answer help. On it. Actually, this video will have a segment of electromagnetism, a chapter about electromagnetism, rather. Need these 9 hours to function. Yeah, for me it varies. Sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 12. My range. Today, in fact, it was actually a lot. My brain is always a fatigue moment. I'm always asleep. My dreams are great, but I need a moment of reality. Happy, you dream of dragon statues, okay? A room with dragon statues. That's a terrifying dream. I just went to high school and 3 hours of sleep. I had a habit of going to school and high school with no sleep at all sometimes, because I just couldn't fall asleep. I just stayed up all night. It got me pretty used to not having sleep, but I certainly cannot... I can function with no sleep, but I can't do anything useful with no sleep. So I can pretend to walk when I haven't had any sleep, but when I haven't had any sleep, I cannot just do anything meaningful. Speaking of doing something meaningful, can you put x to the power of x equals y to the power of y into decimals? X to the power of x equals y to the power of y. Well, first of all, let's think of what that would even mean before we do that. Okay, it goes like this, which means it would go the same way for y. It's gonna be a dot. Y equals like this. Oh, that is wild. Hold on. That is bizarre. Haha, ha! That is curious. Good question, Pretzels. Good question. It's definitely because of two answers. Oh, is it because it one? No, it can't be. Why is it a straight line? What? Hold on. That's even weirder. E to the negative first. 1 divided by E. Can I? How to make a point in that? You know what? Whatever. F of x. Just give me a line. It is. You are correct. Okay, this is exponents, so I guess E makes sense. Okay, the line... Alright, so that's the line. If x is equal to y, then x to the power of x equal to y to the power of y. Okay. Right. Yes, that make... Okay, yeah. I was thinking about completing correctly. That makes sense. But what about this now? This curve... What happened to my stream? It just crashed for a second. Whew. It has to come from... negatives, correct? X to the power of x. What's so special about it? Zero to the power of 0 is equal to 1 to the power of 1. Is 0 to the power of 0 defined? I always thought it was undefined. It is defined as 1? I genuinely thought it was undefined. 1 typically defines. That is either defined as 1 or left undefined. Yeah, it depends, I suppose. I think it should be undefined. No? I always thought it was undefined. Because there are two solid arguments, which both seem to be just as correct for 0 to 0. Make it, we need a birthday, make it for the 19th of February. Alright then. There will be a birthday, make it for the 19th of February. What's all the NPM tabs? Oh, that's from the last stream. We've been just checking functions like isNumber, these killer functions with 70 million weekly downloads. It's great. Oh, I'm version 7.0. That's nice. I'm glad they're updating it. You know, that's good. 2,000 dependencies. Sounds like simple vectors. Is on the demo. There's a demo. Doesn't matter. Make it. Make it. No. 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 That's it. That's enough. It's enough of JavaScript. Time to bring this out. And time to do some science or other scripting. An undetermined form. Make it init. Oh, init. Really. Oh, deep. Come on. Probably. Hold on. I'm still waiting for the caffeine to kick in, you know? We still need like 5 to 6 more minutes of filler episode, and then we can get to the main plot of the stream. You know, it'd be pretty cool. We would need to... We need electromagnetism mechanics. I actually don't know exactly what we would need. We would need something with electromagnetism to explain the fundamental force of electromagnetism. So, what's the difference between undetermined and undefined? I don't remember. I'll be honest. How do you do skeletal meshes in Blender? Skeletal? I have no idea what that even means. What kind of mesh? Describe it to me and I'll try to make it and then explain how to make it. Undefined means there is conflict between solutions thing. Undetermined means solution cannot be determined. That would make sense. how do you do skeletal meshes? Oh, I see. So you mean skeletons? You mean armature? Or do you mean something different? I'm not great at the blended vocabulary. I'm self-taught, so I just kind of did what it worked. Maybe I have like wars I haven't visited in years ago. I forgot remembers the tree. You have grown happy. Please don't. That. Okay, so this. That's pretty simple. For example, if you have like for example, if we take where's metaballs? Where's meta stuff? Am I blind? Oh no, I'm just the wrong tab, that makes sense. If we take metaballs, like a ball number 1 and ball number 2, we take them, and then we object up, convert to mesh real quick. Then we have a lovely mesh, and then if we want to do armature for it, don't save it, that's my... Then we want to do armature for it, we can go in right here, add in 2 bones, like so. And then, damn it, that's my muscle memory, saving it, saving the file. And then select the mesh, select the armature, Control P, and then right here you can parent with different bones. So you can parent to a bone, you can parent to a bone relative, or you can just do armature deform with automatic weights, and there we go. Now if we move this around, we can, as you can see, move the object around. Like this. And there we go, we got the jelly bean. Stop sharing if they annoy you. They don't annoy me, they're terrifying. I'm happy. Happy, you're like that one character in movies who just seems to be just saying nonsense, only to then in season 3 for the main characters to realize that they haven't been actually saying nonsense, only they have been prophesizing the great calamity or something. Do you guys want to start a philosophical debate with in any topic? If you guys don't mind. Not really. What is pie? It's raspberry. That's the good pie in my opinion. Okay, electromagnetism. Let's see. We're looking for something light, you know, like a light read, supplemental modules. Maybe? No, it's a supplemental module. Okay, yeah. Not quite. We have a chapter number 6, 13. Oh, that's induction. Induction is exactly what we're looking for. This is classical mechanics. Special... I am sorry? What? In what classical mechanical textbook, chapter number 15 is special relative... This is insane. My goodness. Like, everything right here seems simple enough. And then just... it accelerates up to infinity on these 4. Okay. Now, not electromagnetic induction, electromagnetism. And then... electricity and magnetism. Yeah, that sounds like something I'd be interested in. I think... oh no, never mind, that's... oh, I thought it was the book, that's the bookshelf, I'm an idiot. Electromagnetics, well, that's split into 2, so that would probably be a lot. We're looking for something light. Or we could just skim through it, I suppose. That's always a possibility. The music is a bit quiet, isn't it? Just for me. That actually seems kind of cool. 9 chapters. How long is each chapter? Not too long. Okay. Okay, that sounds great. 8 sub-chapters, that's... okay, that's doable. What is a field? Field is witchcraft. That's what a field is. Oh, these are so short. Oh, this could be amazing. I think we hit the jackpot. It won't be as fun, you could say, make it. Well, I mean, I guess it could be maybe fun to experience, but you do realize how wild they sound, right? It's not just me. Unless it is me, unless I am the problem. Seems like a lot of people here from India, much love from India. I know, it's my second biggest demographic actually. It's India. Let's see, how many percent? Let me check. It's 8%. 8% of people are from India. Of all the people who watch everything, that's 8% of it's from India. Which I guess makes sense. Well, kind of. It is not directly proportional to the population, but kind of makes sense considering if you account for the fact that I'm, you know, an English channel. In electromagnetics, the electric field intensity is a real valued vector field that may vary as a function of position and time. And so might be indicated as EXYZT or ERT or simply E when experienced as a phasor. Phasor, what a silly name. This quantity is complex valued but exhibits no time dependence, so we might instead say like this. Okay. Why is it complex valued, if I may? I'm guessing it just is, right? That's not what I meant to press. I guess it just is complex valued. Cool. What is pi? It's 3 lines. Think. Pi is practically 3, isn't it? Close enough. Hold on, let me open the window. I need to wake up, and I hope that the freezing air from the outside would do that for me, you know? Ah. Pi is practically 0 run down, yeah, exactly. Pi is practically 1, and considering how 1 is a building block from all different numbers, that's practically every different number. Everyone said conversation about anything. Come on, please, I'm begging. Okay, you want about anything? Then how about Ryan Gosling movies? I don't know why it's the first thing comes to mind. Deep Guy, what is your favorite Ryan Gosling movie? And please elaborate thoroughly. I will be checking every comment with extreme scrutiny. Let's prove 1 + 1 is good to do. Let's not! That's so much work! Talk about quantum gravity. Actually, in this video we will, like gravitons. I won't expand on it much, because quantum gravity is... it's weird. It's just weird. The gravity is way too weak. Okay. Offering we consider broad concept of electric field. Imagine the universe is empty. except for a single particle of positive charge. Then imagine the second positively charged particle appears. Situation is now shown as figure 221. As electrons repel, the second particle will be repelled by the first particle and vice versa. Specifically, the first particle is exerting a force on the second particle. If the second particle is free to move, it will do so. This is an expression of kinetic energy. If the second particle is somehow held in place, we say the second particle possesses an equal amount of potential energy. This potential energy is no less real, and we can convert it to kinetic energy by releasing particle, thereby allowing it to move. Okay. Pi square root of 6 times Riemann z function at 2 plus at just 2. That's a pretty solid definition. Okay, if you're truly looking for a conversation topic, we could do... And that is difficult to just come up with a topic out of nowhere. What is the most difficult concept you all think in science you've ever seen? Hi Louis, welcome. 2049 Blade Runner make it. A bit basic, deep guy, but fine. I was expecting more creative answer. Schrödinger fields. Oh, what are Schrödinger fields? Unless it is exactly what it sounds like, in which case... I can't spell it, we know it. Don't worry, no one can spell Schrödinger. I get it. We, unfortunately, we all know of the cat. So, and that just carries over. The cat is what binds all of quantum mechanics together, basically, actually. Addition. You know what? That's fair. Time management. I would argue the most difficult thing in science is... That's a good question. I've asked a question I didn't even have an answer for it. Identity property. What's identity property? I'm not a specialist, so most of the things you all will mention, I have no clue about what they are. If space-time is like a fabric, then what's holding the fabric? Sorry if it sounds dumb. Oh, don't worry about sounding dumb. No. I get it's a reasonable question. The thing is, as far as I'm aware, from my understanding of general relativity, when it comes to space-time, when space-time is being referred to as a fabric, it's not... It's basically an analogy for a different property of space-time. It's basically meant to represent the fact that space-time isn't rigid. It isn't like a monolithic thing that's unchangeable. When people say that space-time is a fabric, I'm pretty certain fabric was picked because of gravitational waves, I think? Well, that's a complete guess. But when people say space-time is a fabric, it's just meant to represent the fact that it can be changed. That's kind of the core concept of general relativity, you know. When you speed up, then... when you speed up near the speeds of light, then you're no longer speeding up, you are changing the distance from your perspective and the time from your perspective. Oh, what is wrong with me? I need more coffee. For some reason, I'm really struggling with explanations right now. Okay. Now the sip. We're getting better. With every single drop of caffeine that enters my body, I'll get better. When it comes to feeling like math science, you can't say one thing is the hardest. Yeah, that's why... Did I phrase the question incorrectly then? I'm sorry, let me rephrase it. What's the most difficult thing you've all ever... in your opinion? Oh, maybe simplify it. gauge something. I'm assuming E and M. I might be biased, but that's electricity and magnetism. I might be biased, considering that I literally have the textbook open right now. Both electric and magnetic fields with something called gauge field, I think. I mean, here's the thing. I gotta say, when it comes to science history, it is important, obviously. It is, you know, it's useful to look back and see what led us to certain conclusions and so forth, so on. But I think the history of science did electromagnetism extremely dirty. I think electromagnetism was ruined by the way that we basically was experiencing it. So I understand why. I won't sit here and, you know, pretend as if I know better than the scientists that came up with everything. I'm just saying that dividing electromagnetism into electricity and magnetism is useful when it comes to stuff like engineering or when it comes to human scales, basically. But when it comes to understanding electromagnetism itself, it's a huge problem. So, for example, you just mentioned how representing both electric and magnetic fields with something called the gauge. So, the gauge field, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. That looks like an awful word to pronounce, I'll be honest. Gauge field? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go with gauge field. That's a hill I'm willing to die on. God, physics history. Her name is Kathy loves physics. I'd recommend her channel if you're curious about that. I'm actually not. Okay, I am curious about history of physics, but I do famously always skip chapters about history of any science in general whenever I read about them. So you know what? Actually, to fill my blind spots, I actually should. I probably should. Kathy loves physics. I might save that for later. Although I don't watch that many science YouTubers because I'm afraid of accidentally plagiarizing their videos. Okay. I am really not feeling like researching today though. I don't know why. There's just... Usually when I'm researching a topic, I have this spark inside of me, you know, that spark of curiosity to keep me going. But right now I just feel empty. And I can't even animate because... Oh, never mind, I can. Yes, I can. Oh, finish rendering. Well, convenient. When in doubt, complain out loud. It rhymes, so it must be true. That's because surprisingly it's actually extremely weak. And right here is where I would like to... First, let's switch it to a timeline. It's actually surprisingly weak. So right here I want to dim all the lights except for the sphere itself. And then we want to change our focus on the sphere and only sphere. So, like this. There we go. And then the camera. I don't know why it's so lagging behind so much. The render actually. This shouldn't be all that difficult of a thing to render. And because I said you should repeat the old job experiment and see how far you get from finding mass of an electron. But that sounds like that sounds difficult though. I should do more experiments though, you are correct. I really should. I don't do a lot of them. Mostly because the equipment is really expensive. And I don't have all that much money. Okay, right here we're going to look away. There we go. And then we want to dim the entire background to represent, you know, the force being weak. What are you doing right now? I'm making a video. At least working on it. Trying to make one. A video about fundamental forces. So like this, and then I want to dim the background, which we could do easily by multiplying it by a lower value. There we go. That could work. 0.1. I said 0.1. That's sufficiently dim. Maybe even 0.05, and then I feel like I would like to increase this. This one right here. That's because it disappears completely. So, and then keyframe up to 3, 5, 10. There. Sweet. And now I have to save it as weak. Make it neglecting my questions, my existential questions. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me go back then. Let me scroll back. Why do we exist? Who created us? For what purpose? Why is the world the way it is? You want me to answer all of them? I can if you want. Why do we exist? You actually shouldn't think of it this way, deep guy. You see, thinking about why we exist, like actually thinking that there should be a purpose, is sort of could actually take away joy from your life, because there doesn't actually have to be a purpose. Purpose is optional, or the meaning is optional. You know, the reason for our existence is optional. We exist from a purely reasonable point of view, let's just call it. We exist simply because everything before us happened. We don't actually have a purpose for existence. Next question, who created us? Why do you assume it was someone? It didn't have to be intelligence. We actually have no idea who created us. All we know is that the universe kind of always existed. People really often like to point to Big Bang, but Big Bang didn't actually create the universe. It was just more like universe expanding. So we don't actually know what created the universe, or if the universe was created, actually, for that matter. For what purpose? As I mentioned, there doesn't actually have to be a purpose, and so you shouldn't think of it this way. At the same time, you should be careful to not fall into this completely pessimistic, nihilistic worldview, because you can do just positive nihilism in this case. Since there is no purpose, we create our own purpose, which means you can do whatever you want, and you won't be a bad person for it. Why is the world the way it is? Because of everything that happened before. There, I'm glad I could help you out with answering the questions. What is meaning of life? If I had a nickel for every single time I answered that question, then I have like 2 nickels at this point, which isn't a lot. It's weird I haven't twice. Hi there, Ali. Yeah, long time no see indeed. Loons burn out, make it. Well, you want me to play loons? Oh no, we could. It's not that expensive. All you need is an atomizer, subjects proof positive negative charge, like a bunch of oil and stuff. I'm sorry, what's an atomizer? I mean, I could check if I have one lying around. Maybe. Maybe. Wait, actually, maybe I have one. I need to check. It's a whole thing. This is one philosophy where it just becomes yapping. Yeah, that's why I actually am not the biggest fan of philosophy. I consider it to be extremely unscientific at times. We're just like asking questions. I get it, okay? That's fine, but I don't like to think of philosophy as science most of the time, because it's really hard to experiment with most concepts in philosophy. And if you don't have experiments, then you just have theories, which once again is fine, but a lot of people just, for some reason, take these theories and then set them to be something true or... it's a whole rant. Let's not get into it. Why... The way... That's a nihilistic view of the world, make it. Yeah, but a positively nihilistic view of the world. What has no meaning? We create the meaning. Isn't that amazing? You can do whatever you want. Isn't that great? By the way, it's day 626. Why didn't you all tell me? I blame you all because I'm perfect and I could never do a wrong thing. Make it. Do you ever have something else on stream, or is there no purpose for private VC on Discord? I do have people on stream. Most notable mention will be Flame, who's been joining a lot recently, and I love these streams. They're amazing. It's mostly just Flame joining in and teaching me chemistry, but in fun ways. I'm trying to write code that can determine the distances of stars using through parallax. That sounds really cool, actually. I'm not a big fan of nihilism. It's say nonsense. Sorry if I'm hurting anyone by chance. I am so hurt. Why do you consider nihilism to be nonsense? Oh, deep guy, you wanted a philosophical talk? Well, now's your chance. Defend your claim. Actually, I'm an idiot for rendering it this way. This is dumb. This is idiotic. Damn it, make it. Oh, I can feel the caffeine kicking in. This feels good. This is my first cup of coffee in what, 3 days? This is good. I've been breathing fine recently, so I thought I don't need them anymore. Don't need the... I can't drink coffee. I guess this could be free. Let's do 32. How about this 32? Welcome, Echo. Hi. What planet is this? This is... I haven't named it yet, you know. We could name it. This is Jerry. This is Jerry the planet. Everyone say hi to Jerry. I'll give you a second to say hi. It'd be pretty rude if you don't say hi to Jerry. I'm just saying. Science, just because something is unscientific doesn't mean it's illogical. Well... Deep guy, could you give me an example of something that's unscientific and logical? Could you, because, you know, you, like, technically yes, but give me an example of something that is unscientific and logical. I am a science cultist, sorry, I believe in the scientific method. Oh, that's a good looking Jerry. You see the glow on the outside? I am good at what I do. Huh. And so handsome and funny and intelligent and humble. Honestly, incredible. Yeah, so 32 frames should be enough. Ah, open window, it doesn't help. Let's render it again. We should fight against science sometimes. Science has limits after all. Okay, if you give me an example, I will consider it. But you need to give me an example in which case that would be reasonable. Science is logic, science is built on logic, doesn't really be okay. I mean, yeah, the scientific method is mostly based on it, so... I'm still alive, right? Actually, we'll see, Echo. We haven't actually gotten around to playing Oxygen Not Included this stream yet. But when we do, we'll see. But you better be productive, Echo, lest you get the intern closet. Jerry looks too cool to be named Jerry. Who? Oh, come on, Jerry's a cool name. Jerry is an awesome name. Whenever I imagine a Jerry in my mind, it's just like a guy with a backwards flat cap, you know, sunglasses. Oxygen Included, you say, yeah, we played it last stream. Actually, we might play it again. I am feeling a bit tired. Well, no, not tired isn't the right word. Empty. That's the right one. There we go. Let's open it up. I'm the humblest person in the entire world. Science is based on our observation, right? Well, confirm to not really. The practice, the practical stuff is based on our observation. The theories aren't. Well, I guess they are. Sometimes our senses trick us. Yeah, but we don't rely on our senses in science, do we? Deep guy, you keep circling around a point there. As I mentioned, you can convince me. I am a science cultist, so this is like one of my strongest beliefs. One of my strongest beliefs is that science is always right. Properly done science is always right. Always. That's how deep of a science cultist I am. But what's the great irony of this all is that because I am a science cultist, if you were to show me actual examples, I would have to change my mind. Otherwise, I would be a hypocrite, not a science cultist. Which means if you give me an example that shows properly done science being wrong, I will have to change my mind. You need to give me that example, though. I think of Rick and Morty, Jerry. That's my only reference point. I see. Oh yeah. Oh no. Ew. Yeah, right. Oh no, that shouldn't be Jerry at all. Ew. Oh, you ruined Jerry for me. Let's... Oh. Morpheus then. There we go. The name of this planet from now is Morpheus. That's much better. Bob. No, too confusing. I have too many Bobs already. Alrighty then. Echo, are you ready? Time for me to evaluate... for me to evaluate your performance. Let us resume game. So, just a quick recap for everyone. And actually also for Ali. A quick recap to what's happening with the colony. I've been saving up the time-lapse in 4K so I can just play it. I specifically saved the recap in 4K for it to look this good. There we go. A quick recap. It is the coldest asteroid. So it's the cold one, which means the main issue of our colony should be the fact that it's cold. In reality, however, the biggest issue of our colony is the fact that we are starving to death. Because, of course, it's my colony. So right now, we've been trying to fix that issue. Actually, multiple fixes I'm trying all at once. One way to fix it, well, it's not really a fix, it's like a temporary solution to a permanent problem. I've been just digging up every single buried object in existence, hoping, praying that it's a macroot, and it sometimes is. At the same time, I've been building a farm. However, these are too cold to grow, so whoops. And at the same time, we even sacrificed 2 interns to the Dark Lord below us, and it didn't even help. I don't know what to do. If human well, duplicants. Let's be not human. If duplicant sacrifice isn't enough, what would be? I'm at loss. Okay, let's dig this up and this up, because we're starving. And this. It's a 9. Also, right here we have hexalins, which are just waiting to be picked up. Who is a farmer? It's Lyra. Right, Lyra. Now's your turn. Vita's dead. If I could, I would! Oh wait, isn't there like a way to... Hold on, am I an idiot? Isn't there like a way to... using the microbe musher? Am I having a... Is this a make it having a schizophrenia moment, or... Can you not make, like... Not feed people using dirt with microbe musher? I remember there was something. Yep. Oh, I am... Okay, so I... Oh, never mind then. I think we might... Well, Ali! I think that sounds like a swell idea. Let's feed you all dirt. I honestly forgot about that completely. Have you gotten to ranching yet? Girl, I haven't even gotten to... Not sacrificing people. Well, they're just dying of starvation. I call it sacrifice because it's a bit better for the morale, you know? Oh, Echo. Oh, let me guess. Echo is going for the hexagon fruit, right? Yeah, I'm glad, Echo, I'm glad you got your stomach full, you know? Oh, I am so glad, Echo, that you got some food for yourself there. You know, I was worried for a second you wouldn't have enough. Echo, I swear. Remember, just remember, you already can't leave the intern closet. I'm hungry. You're always hungry. Let's, there is a colorblind scientist. She is a genius. She knows everything there is to know about optics and colors. However, as I said, she is colorblind. One day she regained the ability to perceive color. Will she experience new things or no? No, she wouldn't. She would not. That's because color is just the wavelength of photons. You don't need eyes to measure this wavelength. You could be blind and still do the experiments if you want. If your equipment just works using sounds, then you could be blind and still do the experiments. That's because color is not a natural thing. Color is the effect of our optical processing in our brains, not a physical phenomenon. Which means that if our brains work differently, color wouldn't even exist. Why is the title Electromagnetism? Because we were supposed to research electromagnetism, but we got bored. Your name is duplicants. Only Echo. Only Echo got a different name. And listen, an Echo is paying the price for it. Oh, why is this a 7? Give it a 5. We don't care for decoration. To be fair, we have extremely high decor considering just how badly we're doing. I mean, well we're doing. We're doing so well. Please heat this up, someone. That's not science, that's philosophy, deep guy. I love the... Oh, I love that mentality, happy. Joel, just come here to warm up. No time for warming up! Just build battery. There we go. We need to heat this entire region up to like 6 degrees. Name one of them Morpheus. We could. We're doing badly fashionably. We really are. Listen, we might be doing badly, but we're at least dying in style. Catalina, there's no time for distilling on this. Oh no, I'm freezing to death. Don't worry. Right now you're freezing, tomorrow you'll be starving, in 2 days you'll be both. It's ridiculous how many people died next to... Okay, considering that the entire asteroid is basically frozen solid, it truly is remarkable how many people managed to die from heat. You know? Oh, new person! Great! That's exactly what we needed. 13. Damn it! No! I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. We can't accept another duplicant. We're already starving. Damn it. Oh, we're already starving. We cannot possibly... That's 13. That's a lot. That's a lot of excavation. Ah, fudge. Philosophy is the mother of sciences, keep that in mind. Yeah, but still, it's not a science. It's a mother of all sciences, not a science. Listen, just I already came up with an example for this, so I'm not gonna rethink the wheel or whatnot. Deep guy, just because an apple, the fruit apple, is delicious, doesn't mean the apple tree is also delicious. Just because science is scientific, it doesn't mean that the thing that science came from is scientific. Has bottom. Oh, he does have bottomless stomach. You are correct. That's like so tempting. We're studying tonight? We might be. We might be. If I'm I'm thinking bite of an apple tree. Wouldn't get the fiber. Do you not eat the apple tree, make it? Well, it depends how hungry I am, I suppose. Fine, we're gonna get... Actually, Ali, considering that you're back, you know what? That actually was meant to be, yeah. That is meant to be. It's 13 excavation, come on. Obviously, it's Ali. My goodness gracious me. No, now I've named them, now I'm not that... Damn it! Oh, wait, we can eat dead. Literally. Oh, sweet. You know how people sometimes say eat dead as an insult? Well, we're gonna do it for real. How much dead do we have? Why do I not have things pinned? Coal, algae, which I always misspell, and dead. I don't really have dead, so ice. We need to eat dead. Bear in mind and bear. I'm just kidding, that's apparently illegal most. You can! Oh yes, I would need 50 of them. Make 50 of them. I don't even get who's the... Oh, I know who. Echo! Congrats, you're our new cook. From now on, you'll be making mash bars. Oh, there's no oxygen there too, so well, you'll find. Echo won't mind. Can I have some dead? Echo, you'll be making the dead. Oh, yes! That's genius! Considering how much time we spend just... They're still digging for fruit, by the way. That's... Well, right here is a macroot. And right here, probably. Hopefully. There we go. 4,000 calories! Where's Echo? Why isn't Echo walking... Echo? What are you doing? Where are you going? Need to fix that. Fine. Make us... The dead sandwiches. Ah, there we go. Finally. Yes. Let's call it a fix, alright? Oh, delish. That looks yummy. Energy can be created, not destroyed. You don't need to create energy to duplicate apples. All problems solved with that. Honestly, I haven't seen a single problem yet which cannot be solved with that. Alright now. Now what we'll need is something to keep the... Once we get the temperature of water stable, we're basically golden. Can I please have some air in my kitchen? Yeah, right. That's funny, Echo. Can I have some air in my kitchen? What next? Oh, you're gonna want some food, huh? Spoil. Honestly, my duplicants are so spoiled. There we go! 10,000 calories! Hell yeah! We are gaming over here. Oh my goodness, you're gonna be eating so good now. So much dead. Oh, we have so much dead. 200 tons of dead. Mwah! Delish. Oh, and now our farm is getting to... Oh, hell yeah. Can we plant these? Of course we can't. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, let's expand the farm a bit. As if that's gonna help. This is still gonna be cold. We need hot water in order to expand the farm, because otherwise all of the body temperature is gonna be too low. Which means the next... Oh, Ellie, why are you starving? We have so much debt! I hate Sign makes you go. I'm just a spirit dash to him. If you want air, then make it yourself. Exactly. What do you put generator by the farm? Which one? You mean coal? Generator? Yeah, it's gonna flood everything with CO2. Not... I'm... Managing air is really annoying to me in oxygen not included, so I usually just separate the coal generator completely. However, I do have a plan. I do have a plan for keeping all of this. I wanted to say full of oxygen, but it won't be full of oxygen. Like yeah, Echo will still just have to make that, and oh, that's yummy. I love how Echo has to just look at this process. That's gross. Science is a good tool because I have predictive power making, not because it's a god. I never claimed it was a god. All I claimed is that I'm a science cultist, and I've yet to see a single example of proper science being wrong. I feel like every single person who claims that proper science can be wrong just doesn't understand what science is. This is just genius. That's Make It Engineering 101. Put a manual airlock on top of 5 different airflow tiles. That's just... You know what? That's just good use of the space. It was meant to be a carbon dioxide thingamajig. I should give you an example, and you lied, Make It. When did I lie? You asked me a question, I answered. Everyone's far enough to make a spom. Spom? What's a spom? Oh, we need to be strategic with our thing now. What happened to electromagnetism? Random guy, we'll that later. We have important things for now to do. What do we need? We need HVAC. No, we don't. We do not need HVAC. We need metal. We already have a smelting. Never mind. We need... Hazard... Portable gases. That's genius. Okay. Good enough. Self-powered oxygen generator. Oh, you mean water that goes into the... splitter that splits it into oxygen hydrogen, which then burns hydrogen to power the oxygen generator? You mean that? I've never heard of SPOM, I'm completely guessing what it is. Newton laws and the orbit of Mercury. All models are thinking wrong, so Moise would know this. Yeah, but as I mentioned, I literally did just say that people who claim that science is wrong just don't understand it. These models never claim to be right. They claim to be the most probable. That's what science all about. Science isn't... I've made a whole video about it, okay? The second most recent video is exactly about this concept. Science doesn't claim to be always right. Science is just there to tell you what's probable. The Newton's laws were scientific because they didn't claim that that's something that always happens. Even relativity, our current models don't claim to be always correct. Or correct in general. They could be wrong and probably are. Why is red red? He said she will learn nothing new, but she doesn't grasp the concept of color in the first place. That's contradictory. Doesn't mean, but... I mean, but that's such a wild thing to learn. You're thinking about it in a really weird way, deep guy. Why is red red? Red is red because our brains just connect the two dots together. You can make anyone think anything is anything, if you want. Because red has a different wavelength. No, that's not why, actually. That's not why red is red. Red is red because we perceive red as red. We could very much just flip our entire visual spectrum if we wanted. We need to, change our brains a bit, but we could. Red doesn't depend on the wavelength. Red depends on our interpretation of the wavelength. For human brains, red is red, but for different brains it will be different. Why perceive red as red? Because that's how our brains evolved. If they evolved differently, we wouldn't. As I mentioned, color isn't real. Color is something that we just... Color is our interpretation of light. But why? Because there isn't really much of an explanation there. The why is just like every single thing that led up to this moment is evolution. We need to analyze like every single case in which we mutated. That would take a long time, but you can find an answer there if you want. This is a biology question, exactly. Red is red because of the color sensing consonants, exactly. Oh, it's not real nerd emoji. Stinky! My goodness, you have access to grilling? Oh, Stinky is the goat. Oh my goodness, Stinky is the best. Remember how last time Stinky just saved the entire colony single-handedly? Well, Stinky also apparently has grilling. Stinky, you know what? You're gonna be cooking from now on. Echo isn't even gonna cook. Echo won't even be allowed to cook because I don't think that Echo was capable of cooking at this point. You know what? Echo just eats. You would think that with how much Echo eats, Echo would be good. What about me? Echo, don't even. Alright? I am this close to putting you into the closet, alright? Don't even start with me. Hey, I cooked. To be fair. You know what? But I do believe if we should let someone cook, we should let Stinky cook. Because Stinky is just... Stinky is amazing. Right, this far, and then right here we're going to build a kitchen, which is 96 tiles. Oh, the polluted water, damn it. Okay, we're gonna need to break this ice off a bit. Yeah, whatever duplicate goes down there is gonna be freezing to death, but as if I care. That's scientifically irrelevant. Explain ethics scientifically, come on. I can if you want, they're all relative. What do you want me to explain here? You're asking questions so vague. Here's the thing. This is a scenario of asking the question of what's the meaning of life and getting back an answer of 42. Alright? The problem you're having is that you're asking extremely vague questions and then you just don't like the answer because that's not the answer you were thinking of. You need to be a bit more specific with your questions if you want to get an exact answer. Explain ethics scientifically, come on, is an extremely vague question. I could say a lot of things, but only a fraction of them you would consider a good answer there. Like one explanation, the simplest one, would be ethics is just whatever humans consider good. That could be an answer. I don't think you'll be satisfied with that answer, but it is an answer. Of course this is too low, damn it. That's it, how to go from a boy beard to a daddy beard. No, not another mouth to feed. I don't want... they're gonna die if I get these eggs. Can I please have like an omelette? Or a couple of them, ideally. What's good? Good is whatever humans consider to be good. That's what good is. Actually, no, that's even more vague, because good doesn't mean, like, correct. It could also mean depends on the situation. See, you can't answer. I just did! I just said that it's whatever humans consider to be good. 9 construction, 10 strength. Curative tablet, you know what? Fine, have a curative tablet. Fine, you won't die quite as much. You're welcome, I guess. Illumination. Oh yeah, we don't have a energy source, do we? Well, time to divide it up. Time to connect this right here. This will be our farming. This will be our farming circuit. Like this. Farming and water. Saying good with good? Come on, make it. I mean, that is the explanation. Good is whatever humans consider to be good. There is no objective good. Good is subjective. So it should be defined as subjective. You may not, like, you're not satisfied with the answer, but because you're unsatisfied doesn't mean it's wrong. That's too vague to have an answer, yeah. Depends on perspective you view it from. Yeah, that's precisely why I just said that it's, you know, whatever humans perceive to be good, because that's what it is. That's whatever... It's really not a question of what is good, only a question of what humans consider to be good. That's a bit more... That's easier to answer. But just because a human considers something to be good doesn't mean it's good in general. For example, whenever we see a hatchling right here, I'm just gonna kill it and eat it. From our human perspective, that's a good thing. I'm gonna feed my colony. From the hatchling perspective, I probably might look like an absolute psychopath, just killing off its entire species. Good is relative. You need to specify, go on then. Like, I don't exactly know what question you're looking for. As I mentioned, I haven't found a single case in which science would be wrong, so it's hard for me to come up with a case in which science would be wrong. That's precisely why I don't think it's ever wrong. I think your problem is the fact that you don't realize that science just acknowledges that some things can be subjective. They very much can be. Not everything has to be objective. So for example, is murder bad? Objectively, it isn't. Objectively, murder isn't a bad thing. Subjectively, however, for humans, yeah, we humans consider murder to be a bad thing. So if you ask science, is murder bad? Science will tell you, No, objectively not. It's not a bad thing. Because objectively, that would, you know, require every single point of view. From some point of view, it wouldn't be bad. However, if you ask the question of, is murder bad from a human perspective, then the answer would be yes. Because humans don't like murder. At least me. I don't know, I'm speaking for myself in this case, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, y'all out there, maybe y'all just fancy a bit of, you know, blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne sort of thing. Oh, we don't even have that connected to power. Oh no, our piss reservoir is full. I have to fix it. I can't just have a full piss reservoir. That's not very your perspective because it's strong by culture. Exactly. You're missing the point. I'm not a science denialist. I'm just saying science is better than everything. I'm saying science has limitations. Yeah, I haven't found them yet. That's my problem. I just haven't found any limitations. The problem is that not everything has a yes or no answer, but if something doesn't have a yes or no answer, it still can have an answer. What is good, for example, doesn't have a yes or no answer. So for any single case, you can't just say, oh yeah, that thing is good, that thing is bad. However, a scientific answer to what is good would be it's relative, and that is a genuine answer, genuine scientific answer, which in my opinion is correct. Evil is objective, ending someone is evil, whatever the cause. Is objective, it's not, it's subjective. For you, okay, deep guy, imagine an alien race, alright? A race of aliens. Aliens which just evolved in a way to kill everything they see, okay? The only thing that gives those aliens joy is killing. That's the only thing that gives them joy. Their only meaning in life is killing. Their entire evolution just led to killing. From their perspective, would murder be evil? No, from their perspective, killing someone for no reason is good. That's because just killing someone is the reason. They like doing it. For them, that's a good thing. And because of that, evil isn't really objective. That's because, so for example, murder isn't objective. As I mentioned, for humans, we consider it bad. But for this alien race, it wouldn't be, would it? For them, it would be normal. It would be great. It would be a good thing, something to be celebrated. That's why evil cannot be objective. It can be objective for humans in some cases. I keep mentioning how lucky we are that we evolved as a species together. Because of that, we don't actually, for human laws, we don't have to span over every single case and scenario for every point of view. We humans evolved in a way which makes us think of murder as a bad thing, which is great. Because then we can just collectively agree that murder is a bad thing and then we can make it illegal. And that's great. That leads to stable societies, it's amazing. However, there's always the if. I just realized that there is one video which could probably help you understand this topic better. Because Robert Miles has a video on this precisely. Robert Miles, AI safety. I love him. Like, this is such a clickbaity thumbnail. Everyone who hasn't seen that video will think of it as a clickbaity thumbnail. And everyone who has seen it will be like, yeah, that's accurate. Where is it? Windfall AI got wrong in all this. I don't remember which one this. Basically, the issue is... Oh, why would AI want to do bad things? Instrumental convergence. This. Or rather, no, orthogonality thesis, sorry. Orthogonality thesis, which basically states that any level of intelligence is compatible with any kind of goal. Is there an objective truth in this world? Well, once again, this is the problem with these arguments. That depends on how you define truth, as I already mentioned. I just did a whole video about this. However, if you were to describe truth as just something that's accurate, right? Something that actually exists in the universe. Let's just say for the sake of the argument, that's what truth will be. If something is real, so if something is out there, it could be hypothetically perceived or measured in some way that would exist, then the truth would exist in this world. Yes. However, science tells you you cannot obtain truth. it is impossible to be absolutely certain of something true. From a scientific point of view, you just simply cannot know something with 100% certainty. That is impossible. You can know something with like 99.99999999999% probability, but you cannot know something with 100% probability. Which makes sense. There isn't a single piece of evidence which is 100% accurate and trustworthy. 1 + 1 is 3, prove me wrong. The problem you did there is that you used math. Math is something we invented. Which means for math we set the rules. So in this case, for 1 + 1 = 3, if you're following maths, then you can be proven wrong simply because we invented math. However, if you're saying 1 + 1 = 3, is that a universal truth or whatever you would like to call it, then no, then I wouldn't be able to prove you wrong simply because math isn't objectively right, once again. Math is like the biggest set of laws we created that doesn't contradict itself, but it's not like an universal objective thing. People really often like to describe it as, you know, the language of the universe, but it's not really the language of the universe. It's the language of humans to describe the universe. We didn't invent math, we discovered math. Did we discover math? I'm pretty certain we invented it, didn't we? Math is objectively subjective in my opinion. Kitchen, right, that's what I was building. Why is math not universal? Well, that's because... Okay, we use integers. So for example... Will be a good example, actually. Haven't seen any contradictions yet, so that's good. Oh, good example of that is imaginary numbers. Or rather, no, wait, something even better. Multiplication. Haha. We can go even simpler than imaginary numbers. Multiplication. X times 1 equals X, correct? That's our own rule. We made that rule up. What's really funny is that you could create mathematics in which the fixed point is always 0. So, in our mathematics, we have x plus 0 equals x, x times 1 equals x, and x to the power of 1 equals x. That's our mathematics. However, you could create a different kind of mathematics in which x plus 0 equals x, x times 0 equals x, and x to the power of 0 equals x. In fact, this was the basis of my personal pet project in math, which I've never finished because I just got nowhere with it, called hyperoperational mathematics. The point of that was to reinvent the basic operations and then just try to generalize as much as I can. You can do it if you want. If you redefine these operations ever so slightly so that 0 is the fixed point for all of them, you can create your own kind of mathematics. It can, and it doesn't have to contradict itself. This one didn't. This one made sense. I mean, you're just referring to symbols there. Yeah, but at this point, it's not really symbols in this case. It's the operations. You can just redefine operations if you want. The concept of to exist in the universe make it. If we go with your argument, nothing is real in the universe. Are you aware of what you're saying? I'm not saying nothing is real in the universe. I'm just saying that you cannot know anything with absolute certainty. That's the scientific argument there. From science perspective, you cannot know anything with absolute certainty. It is impossible. And you know what? I can't even say that you cannot know anything because I don't know if you cannot know anything in the universe. Which means it actually could be possible to know something in the universe. Isn't that a lovely thought? So you don't know yourself? Yeah, I don't actually. Like, there is a non-insignificant probability that maybe I don't exist the way I think I do. What if I am just a collection of random gas floating in space which accidentally got consciousness pre-booted with all of my current memories? That is a possibility. The only difference is, it's more probable from my perspective that I am a human living on Earth than that I am a collection of gas. That's why I just keep rolling with it. Say. You cannot know anything with absolute certainty. That's because for you to know something with absolute certainty, probability of that thing would have to be 0, which means that the probability of everything else, probability of that thing would have to be 100%, which means probability of everything else would have to be 0. And if probability of something is 0, then that's not really a real thing, is it? It's like simulations cultists. Yeah, I feel like you're really misunderstanding, Deep Guy, because... Am I really blabbering nonsense, everyone, or are you all getting what I'm saying? Guess the axiom of infinity of it, etc. Exactly. I know I exist 100%. How? That's unscientific, Deep Guy. That is unscientific. Claiming that you know something 100%, that is an unscientific claim. I mean, you can if you want. I'm not gonna sit here, I'm not thoughts police, I'm not gonna monitor what you think, but that is an unscientific claim. Because you fail to account for the fact that you could be wrong. In claiming that you know that you exist 100%, what you're basically saying is that it's impossible for you to be wrong there. 12 machinery. Damn it, I can't afford another mouth to feed, but 12 machinery is really good. Damn it. We might need to sacrifice someone. Unscientific doesn't mean it's illogical. Okay, so Deep Guy, are you saying that it is impossible for you to be wrong there? Physically impossible. Are you saying that it is completely impossible that you don't exist? Completely. So for example, you're saying that it's completely impossible that you could just be... Let's just go with the in simulation. Let's go with it. I like it. You're saying it's completely impossible that you exist in a simulation. I think therefore I exist. Oh, get out of here, Ren Descartes! We cannot say any truth. Well, we can see... Yeah, exactly. We can't say any truth with 100% possibility. It's impossible. Or maybe we just think it's impossible. So here's the thing. If I'm not mistaken... Bayesian probability. I think? Is that what it is? I think so. Traditional concept probability, in which instead of frequency or probability of some phenomenon, probability is interpreted as a reasonable expectation representing state of knowledge or a quantification of personal belief. Exactly. When it comes to Bayesian probability, where's the... No, there isn't one. Cool. Dashbook approach, no. I'll need to go through the whole thing, wouldn't I? I think the 4 AM slightly different meaning. Oh, I like that. I like it. Prove some statement is true. We need to prove that the components are true, which is impossible because then we need to prove the components of the components to be true. Yeah, just keep going forever. Sometimes literally forever. Oh, I did pick another person. Damn it! Running out of food again. Just dig this up. We need more dirt. You know what? No, Echo is gonna cook dirt again. Where's Echo? There you are. For some reason, for a second I thought Echo died. We don't have power. Oh, we do not. Okay, that's on me. He still exists known of being able to create thoughts. Yeah, but what we're not here claiming that, you know. You have to define existence for that, no, I suppose. Because it doesn't have to be just simulation. It could also be, you know, the collection of gas would just happen to arrange itself in a shape that has consciousness. That could be also it. So you would have to define existence over there. Ah, the coal generator doesn't have any coal. My EM exam? Oh no, Waller! What kind of exam? I think therefore I'm not would be a hard sounding line. Conscience itself may not be as solid as it feels. What's really funny to me is that with conscience, I mean, consciousness or conscience? Just need to be open-minded. Objective. This is your experience and you exist, which is slightly more correct. Yeah. Agree there's a possibility. No, I'm not saying it's impossible. I didn't say that. I said it's unscientific. That's different. I did mention multiple occasions that, you know, that's kind of the whole point of science. You can know anything with absolute certainty, which means of course it's possible. However, it's unscientific. Because you cannot claim anything with absolute certainty. Ah. Are we cooking? We're not cooking dead. No, Ali! Why is it always Ali that's starving? My goodness. I'm getting flashbacks. Hutch! Kill it! Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire and everything else. Oh, we can make mush fries. Oh, yes! Forever. Make them. Make all of them. Barbecue. Make everything. And was there a fish? Pacu. Kill the pacu. Kill it all. Kill it all. Kill and bend out the habitats. Is it even reachable? No, Ali is the exact opposite of Echo, I swear. Echo just takes food and eats and eats and eats, and Ali doesn't eat. Damn it. Can't you also, I don't know, Russian a bit better? Being conscious is hard to find. Exactly, it's so comical about consciousness. We all take it as a given. We don't really have it defined. Mickey is doing anything to save Ali, but doesn't care about Echo. No, it's not that I don't care about Echo, it's that Echo is right here at the bottom with the most calories eaten, okay? Listen, this is the list organized from people who ate the least to people who ate the most. And wouldn't you see, just, whoa, wouldn't you believe it? Echo is at the very bottom with 3,000 calories eaten. That's... so, Echo is just eating it all. Echo is the sole reason for why we're starving. Oh, mop this up. Oh, why is the floor wet? Because ice is melting. Oh my goodness, we have ice. Come on. Oh, and now I am starving too. God, gosh dang it. Echo, Echo, I'm this close to putting you into the intern closet, you know? This close. I swear. Potato. You're arguing philosophy. That's kind of the normal state of this live stream, isn't it? My consciousness prove the existence of the world. No. Yeah, but how would you? Consciousness is being. Deep guy. That's. Deep guy. You can't just create a definition and just say that that's not how it works. Yeah, rocks aren't conscious then. Mega's doing it. I can't define consciousness. That's another problem, Deep. Well, unless you say I can't. I guess if you say I can't, that's fine. Okay, there, we're not starving anymore. For now. Just you wait. Just you wait till we start starving again. Mega, by the way, did you see there's a DLC of Rotator coming on November? There's a I have so many mods in that game. It's kind of hard for me to get excited for a DLC, I'll be honest. Hold on, my taskbar is broken again. I've played Brotato with so many mods that I really don't know what the DLC will have to be for me to get back into it. Oh, but you know what's funny, Ali? I got back into my diamond rank on backpack battles. It's just so easy with the vampire build. And I don't have the premium game, I suppose, so I guess that's why it was so easy. But yeah, the vampire build is powerful. Played DLC on stream for all day. I was like, fine, you did buy me the game, to be fair. Fine, play the DLC. Who's starving this time? No, Stinky! Why is it that people who do the most in this colony eat the least? Echo? Why is that? You should play roguelited. I play Brotato. That's a lot of roguelike. Previous true, 100 new things. Would those be true? That's a good question, though. That's kind of the point of it. So, deep guy. Oh, deep guy. Oh, I have a perfect example, I think, for you, or at least a perfect argument, which actually not an argument. It's not really it. I think I have a perfect way to explain what I mean when I say that you can't know anything. How many often do you dream, deep guy? How often do you dream at night? I'm just testing the food to make sure it isn't poisonous. That's it. Yeah, I think I got it perfectly right now. Because I don't know if you've noticed, deep guy, that when you dream, you just... I ain't talking about dreaming, but no. Just stick with me here, right? Listen, you don't need to... Okay, I get why you added so many skulls, but what you have to remember here, deep guy, is that no one is here trying to insult you, trying to convince you, okay? We're not trying to make you feel dumb or anything, we're just trying to convince you of the science of it all. So, deep guy, I don't know if you've noticed, but when you're dreaming, you take a lot of things as true. So for example, when you're dreaming, your brain is really trying to make the world around you seem real, right? So like a real thing. The problem is, when it comes to dreaming, really often in our dreams, things happen, things which are nonsensical, illogical, just straight up bizarre. But our brains try to compensate for it. So when, in your dreams, you see a whale flying above your head, in the air, it might be weird. But your brain still perceives it as normal. For your brain, it is normal, it is reasonable, it is standard. You don't wake up, you still don't realize that you're dreaming. That is the problem of not realizing that anything is real. That's not the problem only, that's the reason why everything should be considered as not 100% real. Because you don't know. What if right now you are dreaming? What if we're not even having this conversation? You don't know. Maybe you are dreaming. And if you're dreaming, then, well, is the world you're in right now real? I suppose it depends on the definition, but if we're going with the definition of existence, then it would be more like an abstraction of your thoughts. I would argue that most people wouldn't define that as real. You wouldn't know that you're dreaming because your brain's compensating for it, but then why are you talking to me? Well, to convince you precisely. That's the point. Right now you think that you exist, you think that you are real, but what if you are dreaming? What if you're not real? What if you're not even human, only something that dreams about being a human? You do not know, you cannot know, scientifically you cannot know. Simply because that possibility exists. It might be astronomically small for all we know, but just because it exists, you cannot know anything with 100% certainty. And the reason why it's important to understand that is because once you understand that fact, you will be able to... That just helps to be more open-minded when it comes to science. Gravity is mathematically infinite. Yeah. This dreaming stuff like this is a dream. That's true though. Actually, you don't know that this is a dream. You think you know that this is a dream. And that's kind of the whole point. That's why I like science, because science is, as far as I've seen, the best way, the scientific method is, as far as I've seen, the best way to get likely outcomes, to predict the future in a likely way. We have zero stress, by the way. Zero stress. We're still starving, obviously, because of course we are. That's normal. That just happens. That's my colony, of course we're starving. Actually, right here, we could open this up a bit, all the way down, and then add a fire pole. Make this a bit easier. Okay. Infinite ways to reality can be explained. I have zero ways to be disproven. And that's another problem. That's why really often So that's why I'm a science cultist. I really want to differentiate between the theories and the working models. Because when it comes to theories, there's a lot of them. I'm not saying that theories are completely useless. There's a lot of really creative theories out there. For example, relativity was a theory for a really long time until it could be properly tested. But it was an incredible theory. We still have to distinguish between them, however. Because if you use a theory as a model, you will have problems. Pop in, I'm afraid it's time for me. See ya, bye, no, bye, have a good one, good night, and go on. Around me, some mother thinking of humans because we don't know universe. Because we could be dreaming. Yeah, so basically, considering so yeah, what you're basically saying, some gaming, is considering in how many ways matter could be arranged to create a thing that's dreaming of being a human, it is actually infinitely times more likely that we are this hypothetical thing arranged to think like that's dreaming to be a human than actual human. Damn, that is hard to explain. Hard to put into words, but I get what you're saying. And that's true too. I am thinking I'm real. Doesn't matter when dreaming are real exists. This is true. If anything else, we form this suspicion, which is fruitless. Yeah, but the problem is, deep guy, that we're going with different definitions of real, because you haven't really defined what your definition of real is. You keep acting as if it's self-explanatory, but it's not. You could define real in a couple of ways. Once again, I made an entire video about this, about how you could, you know, is gravity real? Well, we don't know, depends on the definition of gravity. I really hate to plug my video in like this, you know, it just pains me to the core. But I did make a video. We're not starving anymore. Ali just saved our colony. The real Ali, not the duplicate Ali. Eating that really paid off. We should eat that more often. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you a lot. You know what? I was ready to sacrifice Echo. I'll be real. I was ready. It was about to. Honestly, if like you joined in right when I was about to not sacrifice. Put him in the intent closet for my intents. Definitions can be concluded from examples. Yeah, but what examples do you have? It's kind of difficult because you see, if one side is telling you that, if one side is saying that nothing can be proven to be real, and the other one is saying that definitions can be concluded from examples, then you would need an example of something being undisputably real. Which wouldn't really work in this case, since, you know, our entire stance is that nothing is undisputable. Dead is love, dead is life. I also have a lot of it too, left over. I always wondered what I should do with that. Drew, as in we are right about what we are experiencing, if that makes sense. Yeah, I was assuming that too. That's why I kept, you know, mentioning dreaming as an example of something not being real. Argumentation is rooted. Let's watch some cute things. Eat that, live, laugh, that. Live, laugh, legislate. We should move this ice. That's a lot of ice we don't really need. It keeps melting and spilling on my plants. And there we go. I think we have a semi-stable colony. Just like that. Maybe even we won't die. Really happy. You're just making fun of me now. I'm not making fun of you. I'm so sorry. Wait. Who do you think as you are? Because I'm not making fun of you. I did mention that we're not here to insult you. We're not trying to insult you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's how we came across. That's our bad. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. No, we can't have another mouth to feed. Well, we can't. No, we can't. We're starving again. Why are we starving again? Fertilizer, I guess, even though we have enough of it. Intellectual debate is fun. I am such a huge fan of Mini Minutemen. Milo is amazing. Milo did a whole, like, hour-long reaction to someone, to... Basically, I think the debunking videos are amazing. The only YouTuber I've ever seen whose debunking videos are actually respectful to the person that he's debunking. I absolutely love Milo. Proper scientific etiquette. It's one of my favorite topics. Well, welcome, Stump Gaming. I too love, as I mentioned, I'm a science cultist. Oh, another fun consequence of this scientific, you know, you cannot know anything. I absolutely love it, because it seems like a contradiction. It's technically, but it's not. When I say that nothing can be certain, I actually don't know if nothing can be certain, and because of that, I cannot say that nothing can be certain. So when I say nothing can be certain, what I actually mean is, we think that nothing can be certain right now, which is comical. I absolutely love it. That's because if we took words as exact definitions without realizing that we really often obfuscate what we mean, then we wouldn't be able to say is even or can. We wouldn't be able to use words like these. Because how can you say that something is? You're supposed to say something probably is. But we just skip that in casual conversation because that would make, you know, conversing practically impossible. And so, that's why I call myself a science cultist, because I don't actually know that science is best. I think that science is best. I cannot know the science is best. If I knew that science is best, I wouldn't be a science cultist, I would be a hypocrite. I probably agree. Yeah, exactly. I get why people skip it all the time. I am not the biggest fan of being always pedantically correct. I do believe that when writing a paper or making like a formal argument, you should be pedantically correct, simply because you want to make sure that the other person understands exactly what you're saying. But in casual conversation or casual scenarios, I don't think there's a need for that. Sorry, there's no truth. If you're bad, because but why? That's really useful. That's also make it the science guy. I hope to one day live up to the title. There we go. Finally, we have the temperature. Or at least some temperature. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to... Oh, this is my favorite part of the game, I think. That this is one of my favorites. Basically, it's... Right now what we have to do is we have to fix up the temperature of the water to make sure that we are getting in between, well, I usually do in between 15 and 29 degrees. Make it science. I like these kinds of debates when people are actually, you know, respectful and not calling others names. That's nice. Nice change of pace on the internet, you know. Alright, now what do we need? Did I say that as a 7? Oh, that shouldn't be a 7. That should be like a 6. This should be a 9. Has your English speaking become a lot more understandable than a few months ago? It might have. That's a possibility. Like, my English is still awful. So, the thing is, the more I speak, the better I will get. You just need to give me time, a lot of time. So it has gone better, it has got better, and it will keep on getting better. But that's not really because, you know, I'm learning or something, that's simply because it's awful, and I just keep trying. And failing. But you know what, isn't that life though? Skepticism, you can't argue with skeptic. Yes, you can argue with skeptic. I'm not in denial. English is better than mine though. You see my grammar. I don't care about the grammar. As long as you get your point across, it's fine. I feel like that's such an internet thing, isn't it? People hyper-focusing on the grammar and hyper-focusing on, like, the way that message is conveyed rather than the message itself. I really don't like it. It scares people away. You know, being correct about the most minor of things, most minor irrelevant things. Like, for example, someone correcting someone else when they say your incorrectly, and someone, you know, asterisk correcting it. I only do it in video games when someone is, like, insulting me to make them feel sorry for it. That's the only time. Yeah, exactly. No, Echo, I meant incorrectly, not correctly. I am the kind of person that unironically uses y'all wouldn't, which is one of my favorite. I unironically say sometimes y'all when. Hold on, that's not how to say an E. Vent. I absolutely love it. Is this dormant? No, it's idle. Shucks. Okay. We have a stable colony now. Well, Ali just single-handedly saved our colony from Echo and his gluttonous hunger. Which means we can finally focus on some bigger stuff, like, for example, this, which will be... We don't have enough sandstone. Jeez, to be fair, it does take a lot of sandstone. The old one. I'm from the south. South of where? Huh? It's popping. Hi, the ninja. Oh, ninja, you just missed a philosophical conversation. Oh, philosophical. Oh, no. Ninja, you're like seconds too late. Or minutes. Just missed it. It was such a good one. As a Southern American, Jorvent is just how we say things. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what? The previous conversation was a bit too tense. Let's switch to something lighter. Who will y'all be voting for in the upcoming presidential election? Let's not. No, that's a bit. Please do not say. Do not say who you will be voting for. I used to be really interested in American politics, and I still am. I would love to be interested in American politics. The problem is, the reason why I was interested in American politics is just because it's entertaining. That's the, like, sole reason. But recently I realized just how damaging it is whenever I talk about politics. So I will still mention European politics from time to time, because I do want to be politically active. If there is something that I consider to be good, a good cause of action, I do want other people to know the upsides and downsides of it. But I will not mention American politics, because that just leads to a lot of hate, and I don't want to encourage this. I'm voting for myself. Controversial. Relevant NC. I'm voting for Kanye West. Isn't his name Ye West? Didn't he change it? Here for the time, we can make it. Still disagree, but we have our differences. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great time. Bye, deep guy. Have a good one. See ya. Can't vote president. Such part of the wars of colonialism. American politics are just polarizing for no reason. Well, not exactly for no reason, but I'm not gonna go into that because no. I refuse to go into that topic. I would argue it's not exactly for no reason. I mean, politics kind of is polarizing everywhere. It's just that in Europe there's a lot... I can't speak for Asian or African politics because I just simply don't know. But in Europe there's a lot more options, which is nice. Especially since, one thing which might be interesting to hear, because I feel like Americans aren't really aware of just how different politics could be. In when it comes to European politics, there are a lot of issues where extreme left and extreme right agree with each other, whilst the center left and center right parties have a different opinion on the matter. So, for example, when it comes to support for Ukraine, center right, center, and center left parties want to increase support for Ukraine, whilst far right and far left want to decrease it. And that's a real thing. That's not the hypothetical. That's a real thing, a real stances of these parties. Which, well, is something that not many people realize. So when it comes to the battle of... Oh no, I'm getting sound on politics. Someone stop me. The point is, when it comes to the battle of left versus right in America, it shouldn't really be left versus right, because left versus right is just a single spectrum, and you shouldn't evaluate the complexities of politics on a single spectrum. There, I'm done. No more politics. No more American politics. When do you live? Preferably the longitude, but I wouldn't mind location name. Coordinates. Eastern Europe, Poland. Fried mushroom, I don't mind, there we go. I'm actually surprisingly pro-European, considering that I live in Poland, but yeah, I think that Europe is a great thing. I don't think that Europe is... well, I think Europe is a good thing and could be great, rather. Recently, there was a possibility that Europe can change its ways. So, there is a treaty amendment, I think that's what it's called, which is basically kind of like changing our constitution in Europe, which I am really supportive of. It would make Europe way more powerful and way more democratic, which I love. And the far right and the far left parties, once again, don't want this reform. The party that wants this reform the most is the center-left party, and for that reason alone, I just love them, because they want to reform Europe, and I like it. Any person that's anti-European and anti-European reform, I think, should just take a deep look in the mirror and reconsider their life choices. Because if you're anti-European and anti-European reform, what are you exactly mad at? Like, Europe as a concept? Fine, I guess, but that's... Is it true that you're getting influx of Ukrainian immigrants from Belarus? Yeah, and actually, from... I may be biased, but from everyone I heard that they are cool people. They work hard, and that's kind of it. Yeah, mostly people that I heard from about the Ukrainian immigrants are like rich folks, because I'm a freelancer and they just pay me. That's my kind of only kind of social interaction. You should do a complex number video. You know what, comedy calculations? I should make a complex number video. I really should. Of building a city below the sea, to get rid of the laws and just put scientists and artists in it. Happy, are you're literally just thinking of the Institute from Fallout, except that one wasn't under the sea, it was underground. Oh wait, now, are you... Oh no, wait, did I just completely misread the reference? Oh, were you referencing that underwater game? I forget what it's called. I don't know what it's called. I'm not much of a gamer. That was Atlantis. No, that was... was... Aftershock? Wait, what was the name of that game? Well, you know, it was underwater and there were scientists in there. Rick of Universe C 137, well, welcome, hi! How are the adventures coming along? Been fun. Time to head to bed. Alright, Ali, bye. Good night. Have a good one. Thank you for saving the colony. Echo should be really grateful, right, Echo? I swear, I would have put you in the closet. Should be live, lab, love. Oh, that could be... No, because it's Europe. I feel like legislate fits more. We already make 50 mush bars. We need more. Another 50. 500 mush bars. Mush fries. Okay, that's good. Mush fries. The Japanese aren't that gross, are they? Abuse justice for Echo. I grew happy. Fair enough. We could do another scientist make it, which would have live, love, love. That'd be funny. Live, love, legislate cracks me up. I don't know why. I find it really funny. Okay, time to put all of our eyes in a single room. Justice for the spacewalkers. Justice? They don't have any rights. Walkers unite? What? You want a union? No. Unions, don't you know how unions are bad for business? I mean for the walkers, okay? You can't have unions. No, please, as the owner of this colony, don't do unions, they're bad for you. Not me, certainly. Everyone the union in the closet, yeah. I officially rename you to the union closet. From now on, it's no longer the intern closet, it is the union closet. Oh, there was more ice there, my goodness, just clean it up. Ah, the YouTuber union. Why? Well, I guess we could. Isn't that called Nebula? This live stream is sponsored by Nebula. It's not. I'm not famous enough. I wasn't invited. Or maybe I need to ask them to include me. I know how things work there. Listen, good call for garbage. Walkers unite! No, but like, don't you know that like when you join a union, ninja, then you need to pay money to the union rep? Don't you know that? You know how much money that is? You could buy a PS5 with that money. Guess who's getting a pay cut? It is fun. When is actually the US election? I'm curious now. US presidential election. It is so wild that even Legal Eagle put an endorsement. When is it? November 5th. Oh my! Oh, I wouldn't want to be American right now. You're paying being food. Well, food isn't really... I don't really use food to pay people. Well, duplicants, not people. Let's first get out of the way. I don't really use food to pay them. I use food because otherwise they won't work quite as well for me. That's why I use food. Okay, we need the liquid reservoirs. Just give it a 9 priority. Because we need to increase the temperature there. What? I don't know. Maybe I read the wrong day. That's a possibility. US presidential election. When is it? November 5th. Apparently. Oh, New York Times. That sounds like a source. Project continue. Cool. I'm glad I have to. Latest presidential. I don't care about the latest. I want to know when it's happening. I don't want to form my opinions. I just want to criticize everyone. Do you have like a date, preferably? No, we could check the date on Wikipedia, I suppose. November 5th. Wow, that's cool. That's certainly a document. Did I not get a document? Alright. Oh, there's archive, that's sweet. That's not what I meant. This. Oh, that's like for a county. Okay. I think maybe that's when they start. Because there wouldn't be a single date for all of them, right? Because More research. We already have all this research, so this now. No politics. Exactly. How's the great monsters was telling? Isn't it? The government won't trace me. No taxes, no SSN. Ice! It's written invisible ink. I see, yeah. You need to walk for it if you want to know when the election starts. Election season begins. Ah! Lovely. Okay, why isn't the water flowing? Oh, it is! Good. That's great. We're getting a healthy mix of all kinds of temperatures, which is nice. Because the whole purpose of this entire room will be to just fix the temperatures. That'll be the entire point. I love your videos. Oh, thank you, probably Blordom. Thank you so much. And the images will become invisible. Become visible? Really? Hold on, let me try it. I have a spare computer just for that. And I have a spare oven just on the side. It's a long story. You can't trick me a second time! Trick me once for... Oh, no, Katlina, why? Oh my goodness, you did not just... Yellow alert, no. You're gonna sleep in the... There's no oxygen over there. Oh yeah, you woke up because you need to piss. You don't wanna... No, there's... You can breathe over... No, yeah, right here. You can... No, Katlina, you're not gonna... Move here. Well, there goes Katlina. Who were you, actually? Excavation 16. Well, we have Ali now, so we don't care, I guess. I mean, no! No, our intern died! No, our walker! Shucks! Oh, dag nabbit! Oh, oh no, what a shame! Our walker... Oh, everyone, that's so sad! Let's get a new one. Yes, replay, yeah. Only sleep in a scalding hot air. Exactly. Hi, I'm back, I'm Echo. So bad it's cable. That's it. I like that nickname. I don't even get what it means, but I like it. It has that... It has a rhyme to it, you know? Beginner's markets, you know, make it get hungry sometimes, needs oxygen and concentration for sometimes. Exactly. No, I actually have an oven specifically just in case someone tells me to put my computer in it. That's the reason why I have it. You wouldn't believe how often that happens. Control this. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Oh, they're finally building it. Sweet. We need more liquid reservoirs, though. That's not enough. Okay, right here is going to be ice and snow. And there we go. Now we just wait for all the ice to be swept up. It's just weird for a dream I'm gonna fix real quickly, exactly. Guys, about its cable. How am I doing? You are... Let's see, actually. Of course, you have over 3,000 food. Of course, that's our echo. Where are you, actually? That's a good question. Right here. Okay, you're moving ice. Fine. Whatever. You know what? I'll allow it. Moving ice, good enough for me for now. Okay, I feel like this micro musher might take a bit too much water, so we're gonna set it to 1 now. And we're gonna just let everyone do their thing. I wish I had a second oven, just in case. I share that sentiment. Make a fridge. But actually, wait, I don't have a kitchen, do I? Oh yeah, I don't have a kitchen. Oh, I don't even have a roof in my kitchen. I know you can read chat, do the tag shake. I don't know what you want me to say there. Listen, it's like, I get the gag of having this many accounts, but there isn't really a single way for me to reply to make this funny, okay? I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know what you want me to do. There isn't, normally when someone, you know, says a joke, I can either react to it or I can build up on it. But in this case, you've done it for a bit too long for me to react, and there isn't really any reasonable angle for me to build up. So I don't know what reaction you're looking for. It's video on imaginary numbers. I gotta go. Good luck with everything. Oh, you mean that one? No, don't watch that video. No, no, Rick, don't go in there. No, not watch the most recent one. The most recent one is on numbers. Actually, that video sucks. I should actually get rid of it. That video sucks. I don't like this video so much. It has 3,000 views and was at some point my most popular video for months. I really don't like it. There's like one which I made it because the whole video was a pun, but it just sucked so much. I'm not gonna delete it. I'm crazy. Your videos are baller. Please continue existing. Oh, thank you. I will. Actually, you wouldn't believe it, but I was planning on it. Yesterday, I was thinking if I should continue existing, and I decided I should. So I'm gonna. Could actually use more ice. That would be nice. Ah. It was private, I was too late. Haha! I'm quick. Unfortunately, I'm quick. My boyfriend doesn't like that. I mean, I don't have one, sorry. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, I have an oven with a small oven that has a microwave that has a small fire. Genius! Genius. In case you need to just heat something up real quick. Why's there so much ice everywhere? Oh yeah, the entire thing is frozen. Never mind, silly question. Why do I need this ice, though? Right here. This also will need ice and snow. Like this, and this one will need also ice and snow, and all of these are gonna be priority 9, so that Echo can finally do something and just move the ice around. Echo? Yeah, wow, Rick, trust me, that video sucked. I really don't like that video. It was awful. I don't want it on my YouTube. I really don't like that video. I don't know if you've seen the most recent one, but the most recent one had more information on complex numbers than that video. If nobody got you, the god that cursed you at the rise of the second blue star got you. No, thank you, Happiness. You know what, that's nice. That's a nice sentiment. I should always remember that. It finally becomes useful. Exactly. All it took was to completely advance past our food problems. The point where we need water. Or actually, water of correct temperature. My boyfriend doesn't like it, make it 2024. I'm glad you got the quote. Alright, now 5 like this. Right here, utilities. Gonna need... Oh, we don't have nearly enough sandstone. Exactly my problem. Even more research, sweet, know this. Is this sandstone for filtration? No, it's actually for building stuff. We build stuff using sandstone. Sand is for filtration though. You're close. Actually use sand right here to filter the water. Then we use sandstone to build stuff for the water. Isn't that a lovely circle of life? Or like a rectangle of life, actually. The only problem is that this isn't... Well, soon this cool steam vent will be dormant. And once it becomes dormant, it will no longer produce steam. And once it stops producing steam, well, then I'm a bit of a pickle, let's just say. A bit of a pickle indeed. But not that fun Rick kind of pickle, only boring pickle. Yeah, you play Satisfactory. Have you considered its two-dimensional grandfather, Factorio? I have, but it's so expensive. Factorio seems like looks like so much fun, but it's so expensive. Fucking boiler room. Well, we are kind of trying to make water storage thingamajig. It's not gonna be... I don't think it's gonna be big enough. Well, it might be, actually. If we delete this, if we replace it with tiles, if we add yet more liquid reservoirs with a 6 priority, then right here at the end we're gonna need some space for temperature management. I'm hoping this will be enough. And then we just need to connect it all with pipes. I fudged up, did I? No, I didn't. I'm clever. Haha. I would never. There we go. Connect it all up. Ah, yeah, another person. This time we can actually feed them. Aha, kind of. Oh, I can't lie, I'm not holding another person though. These addictions you recommend. Addicted to. Well, there's a game called Turing Complete. I've never mentioned it before. Turing Complete? Whoa, what is it about? That sounds wild. I've never heard of that game. Sadly not on stream. How is the render doing? 3 minutes per frame, sweet. I just realized that tomorrow how much time I'm gonna spend walking and... copper, oh that sucks. All of it sucks. Give me something good. Give me... refined metal. Just sell your backup oven to save for Factorio. You want me to live without a backup oven? Philosophical Ninja generic last name! First of all, okay, I'm not gonna lie. That's the first time my brain acknowledged your full nickname, and I gotta say, it's a killer nickname. I love it. Second of all, that's madness! How irresponsible! When you hear me remember to sell your second monitor. No, Oxalite is fine, I guess. How's our oxygen situation? Our oxygen is fine, actually. Huh. Guess we don't really need Oxalite. Monitor instead. But then I won't be able to read the comments and chat. I can't do with that. Sell your backup oven. What happens when my backup oven breaks then? What, am I gonna just stay here with one oven? Once again, irresponsible. I don't think that's doing much, this space heater. I don't think it's doing much at all. You know, let's research logic, because that would be more important. Sell a kidney or 3. I have 5. Laying around the corner, defrosting. Half your screen for the game and half for the chat. Ninja, which one do you speak to? That's a good question. Whoa, 2 ninjas? Which one do I shoot? Oh no, I'm so confused. Who's the real ninja? Quick, say something only a real ninja would say. Which one do I ban? Is this dormant? This is still idle. That's good. We're getting a lot of hot water. That's nice. We do need it, because then this increases the temperature in this room. That's sweet. Then we're gonna have a hyper temperature room in there. That's cool. Utilities. We're gonna need a thermo aqua tuner right here. And we're gonna need to pop a power cable to it, like this. Hi, Caleb! A real ninja would say, what's poppin'? Silence. Oh, damn it, that is ninja-like. You got into the kitchen after you left. Well, not your kitchen. Well, this Stinky's kitchen now, because... Oh, what a shocker! Stinky is in the kitchen, making food, and Echo just left. Consider me shocked and surprised. Where is Echo? What's Echo doing? Where are you going? Oh, you... Oh, what a shocker. No, let's see what Echo is doing. You know, let's see what Echo is up to. Oh, Echo just went over there to warm up, huh? Isn't that curious? Instead of walking, instead of cooking, instead of moving ice around, Echo is going to warm up. Isn't that just Echo? My hands were cold. When I throw you into the Union box, you'll see what true cold looks like. The cold grasp of death. Alright, give me... Now, what do I need now? That's a good question. I already have this. That's kind of all I need. Fine, we can do this now. Live, love, legislate. Yeah, because it's a European Union. Not the box. Naked, why are your arms and chest so big? Is it because I'm the average European Union enjoyer? That's what people who enjoy the European Union look like on average. He's like that. Yeah, that's just a real picture of me, actually. What do you mean? It's a webcam. What do you mean? What do you mean? Why do they look like that? Did you just run in to build the furthest these duplicates are just festive. Oh, I put it backwards. Whoops. No, that's not what I meant. Utilities. Also, it was supposed to be on the floor. Yeah, it was. Instead, it will be here, I think. Will it? That's a good question. Right here would be best. Oh. Your last upload is doing pretty good, right? Yeah, pretty good indeed. It's the best performing... Actually, you know what? Oh, Capitane's Pass. Oh, you got me. Oh, you just reminded me of something. I could actually check how well it's doing in comparison to addition to quantum mechanics. I can see how well it's doing in comparison to that video. Oh, it just gave me a great idea. There's like a tool on YouTube where you can just compare two videos together. But I had to wait because I had to wait, you know, to get the data to see this advanced mode compared to addition to quantum mechanics. Best performing indeed. Best performing indeed. Wow, that's that's good. That's pretty good. Congrats, Mr. May. Well, thank you. Well, to be fair, we don't know. It is slowing down. It keeps slowing down, but still, that's amazing. Thank you all so much. If every single one of my videos was getting as many views as How Math Becomes Difficult, then I actually would earn the minimum wage. I wish that was a joke, but it's not. Yeah, oh well. Oh well, it's not about the money. It's about sending the message, you see. It's literally not about the money, it's about saving the message. I don't even know how I got here. I saw a notification and clicked it. Wait. Well, you know, most great things in life start with just clicking a random notification that pops up on your machine, you know? If there's one thing I've learned, it's that. I'm off to play the expansion of Victoria, which costs as much as the base game, but will be also worth it. Well then, bye, Philosophical Ninja generic last name, and have fun. That's such a killer nickname. If we make it stream, this channel looks really cool and great. Well, happy you know, it's not actually that difficult for this to be your favorite livestream, considering how this is your first livestream, so... I did though, I was in the middle of a great philosophical discussion about one of my favorite topics. Well then I'm glad I could provide you one. Although I should... if there's one thing I would like to fix about my previous live streams is how often I discussed politics. That's my only problem with my past streams. Because really often, we do discuss things a lot, but in the past couple of months it really turned more like 25 to 30% of discussions were about politics, and I don't like that. I'm gonna leave it. I just want to discuss science, and that's it. Actually, if you like that discussion stump, then just you wait until I get to streaming with Terfta again. I haven't streamed with Terfta in a while, but when we stream together, we just spend hours. At one point, we just spent like 6 hours talking about science and, you know, different approaches to things. Terfta is amazing. Terfta is top 10 people. Have you ever played Lethal Company? I have on stream, but unfortunately I streamed it on Twitch, so you can't see it. And on YouTube, I think, once, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to check. I'd love to see it. Well, unfortunately, Terfta has been extremely busy lately. Terfta has this nasty habit of, like, you know, making making open source prosthetics hardware and software as a hobby, and basically starting different non-profits and basically making world a better place. So I feel kind of guilty getting him on stream, because, you know, when Terfta is here with me streaming, that means he's not doing all the other things I just mentioned. So that's only if opportunity presents itself. Terfta just has this nasty habit. You know, the company YouTuber Alter Ego? I do not. They have me anchor into reality, which is really good. Thanks, Make It. I'm glad I could help. I think. If I do help, well, I can. There we go. All the lights and more power, because our colony needs to grow and eat. We still don't have a sustainable farm, because someone forgot to take care of the water properly. I won't point any fingers. For fairly small, 80,000 subs. Fairly small, 80,000. Ooh, ow. It hurts, stings. It stings because it's true. That's why it stings, you know? It stings because you're right. Main philosophies of science are empirism and monism. I have no idea what those are. I'm not much of a philosophy guy, you see. Counter to what many of you would think. Empiricism. I can guess what empiricism would be, but I don't want to guess. Oh, that true knowledge justification only primarily from sensory experience and empirical evidence. That makes sense, I suppose. And then the other one is monism. Yeah, so empiricism is exactly what I was expecting. Monism, existence. States that all existing things go back to source. I don't get this one. This is too philosophical. Okay, never mind. I get it. I like it. I do like this. I do like this point. Matter. That's. I don't quite get if. Well, I guess as a philosophy, but I don't. That's a maybe. No physical knowledge neutral. That's also a maybe. It's a maybe. Maybe I like it. That's my view on the matter. I get it because it was referring to matter. Funny. Okay, now putting it. Philosophy rabbit hole go. I'm not the biggest fan of philosophy, as I already mentioned. I consider it to be unscientific by its very nature. Simply because if you can use philosophy to analyze the scientific method, then you can't really use the scientific method in philosophy. No, that's not exactly what I mean. What I mean is, if you can use philosophy to analyze the scientific method, you cannot use the scientific method to analyze the scientific method. There we go. Because you can get a false positive. I think putting math words in your title is the best for YouTube algorithm. Listen, trust me, we have no idea what's the best for YouTube algorithm. Except for clickbait, but I'm not doing that. We're playing The Escapist. We are playing Oxygen Not Included, a game in which we build a colony, and then that's it. And then we try not to die, I guess. But that's optional. This is idle. Oh, we pumped up all the water, all the hot water, that's good. Means this should be heating up more and more. There we go. Now what we need is the construction of the tiles to be a 7. What we're gonna need is we need the liquid valve construction. That also be a 7. Oh, there isn't much oxygen, so let's replace the floor with airflow tiles right here. Requirements, don't die, optional. What's really funny is that I'm pretty certain if all duplicants die, the game keeps going, because you can just wait for the next duplicant in the printing pod. I'm pretty certain, not completely. I don't think that ever happened to me. Or, well, I think it might have happened once, but I'm not sure enough in myself here to determine if I'm just making it up. Oxygen is not included. How do you get the oxygen? You make it yourself using algae. There is a machine here which turns algae into oxygen because oxygen is not included. Yeah, but I think logic. The original science of logic is philosophy could be. You'll help it. I would argue you are correct. Also, I don't like how people really often mention that philosophy, you know, since science comes from philosophy, you know, it's greater or something. It's not really, like, yeah, science may have roots in philosophy, but that doesn't make philosophy scientific or important when it comes to science. The space heater is not doing much. It's not heating the space. Actually, we can cancel these two. Right, we need to finish this, because right now we're not gonna do anything with the temperature for now. Instead, we're just gonna pump it straight to this right here. Like so. For now, we're just gonna pump it. That's because we desperately need hot water. And you know what, just finish this. Whatever, just finish it. We ain't got the time to dilly-dally. Do you enjoy making YouTube videos? I do! I don't hate making YouTube videos, but the main reason why I make them is for the reaction. I enjoy people watching my videos much more than me making them. I just like it when other people like them. That's why I make them. If I could, in a significant way, make, like, I don't know, physical objects, and I could distribute them on a large scale for people, then if people would like it, I would just do that. But the problem is, I really can't. So I make YouTube videos. I just like it when people like the things I do. So that's why I do them. Where's your science? You go through philosophy that you do in science. Okay, we're still waiting for them to finish it. Once they do, we will have a semi-hopefully functioning... Oh wait, no, I'm an idiot. We can make the temperature modulation thing. Oh, sweet. Lovely. We very much can, yeah. All we need to do is just put right here 2 tiles. Add in the transformer. And connect it to power. Or we could actually save our materials by doing it this way. That's clever. Time to watch your least viewed video. I wouldn't recommend. My least viewed video would probably be something dumb. Let me see. I actually don't know what my least viewed video is. Let's see. What's my least viewed video? Video speedrun 3. Haha! My least viewed videos aren't about science. They're backstage of me making videos. Make it ever got a fear in not waking up? Not really. It is my personal belief that the death isn't scary, dying is. And so... in that case, this is just death without dying. I'm not scared of it. Like, it would be a shame if I died in my sleep, but... I don't know, not really something I'll be afraid of. That is possible, maybe I'm just in denial. Okay, we need more food, because this is ridiculous. We should be very afraid. What will happen to us? Your desk looks like mine. Yeah, that's possible. I should get rid of these non-science videos, though. I made one video for the 100th charity checkup, my goodness. I should really do some more maintenance on my videos, because there's just so many that suck. And they completely suck, not like kind of suck. They just suck. Let's see. That's not what I meant. Whoa, I'm sorry? Smaller than equal than 1,000 and gives me... oh, that's curious. I was screwing about. Yeah, because I was testing it for a video. But that I never ended up making that video. Boom, 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 boom. I remember back in the day, I had I had a phase where I wanted to make videos daily. It was doable, but it was so difficult that I just ended up making. It was so horrible. I shouldn't have done that. That's why I actually started streaming every single day, because it scratches the same itch. I don't have to make absolute garbage. It's nice. Ah, nutrient bars, wouldn't mind them exactly. We are starving ever so slightly. We are starving ever so slightly. I like how over here all of our carbon dioxide just gets deposited at the bottom. We're still going to make political science videos. When? When will I... Where are you? Because that's in the past. When? Hi there, Leah, by the way. I don't know if I said hi. Hi! Other philosophers say this because they aren't used in science. They was define science to include them for whatever reason. Oh, that's actually such a nice explanation for it. I always said that I don't think of them as scientific because... In my opinion, they're unscientific because that's what I thought. Always. I feel sadness when Make It talks about all videos. Why? They just sucked. There were a couple good ones, I guess, but not many. Ali is gaming. There we go. Precision gun mechanics was pretty good. I think we can agree on that. Yeah, that's actually the third long form video. The third in the line of long form videos. I went through a couple of phases on the channel. Like, for example, really long time ago, I used to make gaming videos simply because I was good with editing and I didn't know what else to do. Then I started learning 3D and special effects, so I was doing like VFX magic videos. I wasn't pretending to be a magician or something. They were, you know, the whole bit that they were just like visual effects and whatnot. Then I started learning 3D, so I started making 3D animations, like really short ones, 3D animations or renders of how I make 3D animations. And then I realized I could use these animations to make science videos. And wouldn't you believe it, when I made my first ever science video, I liked it a lot. It was about why computers work. That was the topic of my first ever science video. And the answer was abstraction, basically. And so then I went through a phase of just making all sorts of videos. Then my channel died, so I made a new one. And then on that new channel, which is this one, I just was making videos. Except I still didn't really know what I wanted to do with them videos. And then at some point I realized that long form videos are actually much better. And so I started making long form videos. My first long form video was Future Will Be Fucking Great. And then I made Worst Mistake Humanity Could Ever Make. And then I made Addition to Quantum Mechanics, which just blew up out of proportion and is ridiculous ever since. I have something called perfectionism over here. Fine, I'm gonna change it. That's the wrong one. That's 622, 623. There, happy was a question and a statement at the same time. Well, the pipes more than temperature plates, I gotta say. I care about more. And there we go, I think. Once they build that, that should be a fully finished water storage system. Oh, why is the water in here so cold? Oh no, what happened? Why is the water so cold all of a sudden? It was hot, wasn't it? We all saw that it was hot, it was green. What happened with me water? Why is it cold all of a sudden? Oh my goodness. That's bad, that's really bad. Never mind, disconnect this pipe, quick. Disconnect on 9. Oh, this one is hotter. Oh, shucks and gosh dang it. Until you break the rule 18. You should break the rule 18. You have my blessing. Do you have a multimeter? Yeah, I do. Okay, there we go. Now the water is flowing. And Ali is starving. We have 2000 calories. Go and eat. Okay, there we go. Oh, never mind. Water is hot in them. Oh, so it's just... They just called... Okay, this is cool. But the water is hot. Alright. Fine then. Now we can move them. Okay, there we go. This is pumping. We could disable this liquid pump, I suppose. But now that we've done all of this, we can finally repurpose the bottommost layers of our things. which is nice. Yeah, this water is way too cold. Good night, y'all. Bye, Echo. Good night. Have a good one. The oil pressure machines. Oh, that is true. You know. Yeah, Omnisaya would be disappointed. We're doing research too. We're like researching new machines. It's heresy all the way. Machine God would just... I really offended Machine God so badly right now. That's why we were dying, actually. Yeah, must be it. Also, I think Nego would have a field day with my with the state of everything right now. Machine spirits are not happy. They are really not. Finally, I can make these references and someone gets them. My first solid experience a few days ago wasn't that bad. I don't know, I was so scared. Yeah, you just... Well, you were probably scared because, you know, you were moving around extremely hot soldering iron, but that is something you just get used to. And then it's fine. 500 mush bars. I've heard of this story. Aging with dreams. A person, imagine my brain decides to sleep for 5 years. It's not going to. Because that's... Your brain can't decide that. Medically, that's not something that can happen. If it could make you feel any better, that's medically impossible. I don't know if that helps, but... Alright, so now it's going in this way, which is nice. And now we're going to deconstruct these liquid pipes. Actually, deconstruct the one on the right, and then move all of the water right here. And then we're going to add in a new machine. So this is what happens when things will be too hot. They will go into this room. However, if things will be too cold, they will go into another room. A room with a metal refinery. Well, actually not a room, just a metal refinery. It'll be just chilling right here. Its output will go right this way. And its input will take... Oh, this would be ideal, actually. This water. Actually, this water would be even better, because this is cooler. It's a good idea. Right? I think so. And there we go. Make it. Ever held this? Oh wait. Might just be paranoid. I should just enjoy my dreams. Not being paranoid. I wouldn't call it that. I'm just saying you don't really have anything to be afraid of. Everything should be fine. Oh, this is turning to ice. There's a goldfish in there. A goldfish. Oh, that's different. Oh, a goldfish is different from the pacu. I see. It's gonna freeze in that pond. The water is literally freezing around it. Unless this goldfish is freezing them. Oh, can turn polluted. Oh, it's turning it into water, which then freezes immediately. The goldfish is turning polluted water into water. Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. We should save that. We should have someone with husbandry. Because then we could use them fish to turn polluted water into normal water. With no energy cost. Are you familiar with Marvel? Yes, I am. Mostly just the mainstream stuff though. When it comes to comics, I'm more of a DC kind of guy. Temple read seed, fine, whatever. We don't need them, but might as well. You have like Polish dubs. I don't watch shows in Polish. I don't have any Polish. I don't watch shows in Polish. I watch them in English. Like a proper American. You hear on American YouTube, why don't you speak American? I only watch in the freedom language. That's solid. We did the solid colony. Gosh dang it. We've gone ahead and bloody done a solid colony. 23 degrees Celsius, which means we finally have water that's hot enough to heat up them plants. Well, kind of. At the end, it's still struggling because it has to heat up all of it. Right here, you can see it's turning a bit more green. That's nice. Good. Good stuff. And then all we'll need is just to turn most of our copper into refined copper and then use it right here. Fortunately, we have a lot of people who are good at machinery operating there. I'm not gonna lie, I am feeling a bit spent, so we might end the stream soon. Okay, there's some hiding everything, so we remove warhead and board instead of fearing the neighbors and locking the door. We open the door, maybe cat bites us. I think Exebia made a video about this. Something with a kraken. Or don't hex the water, I think that's what it's called. I remember that, yeah, it was I think it was the first video of Exebia I've ever saw. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, this power isn't connected, that's great. We need to connect this now. How much power can a heavy wood wire? 20 kilowatts, okay, so we should be fine for now. Ninja, you dirty capitalist. I mean communist. Ninja, you dirty communist. You just want us to be tyrannids, don't you? The most capitalistic of all, the most communistic of all the species. Unreachable build. Shucks! Right, copper ore, give me like 90. What temperature is the water on them? Actually, 10 degrees Celsius. That's good. That could work. Okay, that can work. So right now it's pumping water in here. And then it's gonna have power in a second. And now we're gonna be able to make reinforced... I mean, not reinforced, only find copper. And then we can deconstruct this pipe. We don't need it anymore. And this one. Actually, these three. Then slowly transition from this small water reservoir to this. Do you mean the Tau make it? I would argue Tyranids are more communistic than the Tau. Because, I mean, yeah, okay, Tau maybe. Well, you know, maybe, obviously, duh. For the greater good and whatnot. But I feel like Tyranids are just the extreme of Tau. The only difference is that it's actually a brilliant example of how nothing can be truly defined as evil or good. Because the Tau, the whole deal is just doing things for the greater good. But from the perspective of Tyranids, consuming biomass is the greater good. They're like the Tau, except if Tau wanted to consume biomass. My hottest of takes. Hottest of all takes. Output pipe full. Oh, it is full. You are right. Whoops. Put that bad boy in. No need for me to make any corrections. Oh my goodness, this fish really is freezing itself over. It's turning polluted water into water, and water has a much higher freezing point than polluted water. And so it's just freezing itself over. It's so funny. Actually a cool fish. I really wish we could put in a habitat somewhere. That'll be convenient. Can the fish die because water freezes? I actually have no idea. Maybe. That's a possibility. It might. Which would be a shame, because as I mentioned, this fish could basically do what we have right here in the liquid reservoir, except for free. Not, sorry, right here, except for free. This one takes electricity. If we're not really lacking electricity, we still have 30 tons of coal. That's fine. 15 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Pete, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I've lost my soul to the company store. Oh, I meant, this is what I meant. There we go. Mop this up. We don't want no water to be in the incorrect places. Ninja, actually, I'm curious. What's your favorite faction? Who do you think in Warhammer 40k has the best lives, rather? Not favorite faction, only... What do you think... Who do you think in the Warhammer 40k has the best lives? Because in my opinion, it's actually between 3 groups. In my opinion. Or actually... 3.5. Or maybe 4, never mind. 5 groups. There we go. I've settled. I would like to hear your take on it before I go. Did you ever hear of the dark oxygen? I have not. Tyranid, is that the answer, or were you correcting something else? output pipes still full. Okay, they're still making the pipes. Well, it's not really. It's kind of a big deal that we build pipes, because then we'll get refined metal, which will allow us to make automation. Now, they're basically metallic rocks make oxygen at the bottom of the ocean. There's no light, so they call it dark oxygen. That's cool, actually. That's pretty cool. We could get another person, I guess, but if anything, we would need construction, I think. Actually, I don't know what we would need. Husbandry, maybe? Husbandry could be cool. Husbandry, creativity. We do need creativity too. Oh, that's great. You know what? You will have a ranching set up and nothing else, because we're just gonna be waiting till you unlock, till you get better at doing art. And there we go. This takes in water at -3 degrees Celsius and outputs water at 30 degrees Celsius. Pipe forward for a second, okay. Sweet. And in this case, it is actually genius because it's generating copper, refined copper, so better kinds. And at the same time, it's heating up our water. We're killing 2 bears with 1 really big stone. There we go. And it's dormant. Alright, so now we can analyze it. 9. Make it can pass through, but only make it. Only make it can go through. That's because make it is a scientist. And one must suffer in pursuit of science. Equivalent of a million people are subscribed to your YouTube. That's a lot. Yeah, am I right? Which factions have the best lives? I'd say the Orcs in the Rise, probably the Tau. Yeah, actually, the 5 factions I would pick for having the best lives are Tau, Orcs, Leagues of Votan, Tyranids. That's why I call them a half, because, well, I don't know, do Tyranids feel anything actually? I'm not actually certain there. I don't think they care about having air life in general. And then Necrons. Like, Necrons have their own tragic thing where, you know, they're like robots who want bodies and whatnot. But at the same time, they are demigods. So I would argue Necrons have pretty good lives. Even more research. We can do this section now. Monument, nice. And then right here, when it comes to automation, we will do plumbing. Liquid valve. We need a liquid. Oh, did I might have not left enough space. You're talking about Warhammer 40k. It's great. Absolutely love it. I also love how orcs are having fun. Absolutely terrifying to anyone else, but to them they're just having fun. I'm just trying to find a good scrap to get stuck in. Basically, Warhammer 40k is like it's a little bit of everything. It's called 40k because it happens 40,000 years in the future, and the basic plot is humanity reached the peak of science. Humanity cured all diseases, you know, unlocked everything. Basically, you know, faster than light travel. We could snuff out stars if we wanted to. Humanity basically became like the most advanced species that you could have. But then an accident happened, let's call it, and humanity's robots all of a sudden turned against humanity, and then humanity just got stuck into this grimdark future where Type 4 civilization, yes. But then humanity fell off from the Type 4 civilization, and then it basically is struggling on all fronts. Like, there was no progress all of a sudden. It's stuck in permanent war, everyone's lives suck, and so on and so forth. Bro, moles are just a count like a dozen. What the hell was that post? They are a dozen? Yeah, fine. So explain to me why a mole should be the Avogadro's constant and not 10 to the 24th power. Still don't understand why a mole couldn't be like 1 divided by 10 to the 24th. It would work just as well. Better, actually. Because then you could use the SI prefixes to... I'm not even gonna get started. It's a long rant. Because not having the best, a good chunk of them don't see their demigods as a good thing. That. Yeah, but Trust in the Infinite is bowling, so... Why would it matter if it's a constant or not? It's barely a constant. Been more better defined. And they're like one of the 7 base SI units. Radiants aren't base SI units. We live in a society in which moles are a base SI unit and radiants aren't. And you know what? I think that's the problem with the world. That's why we're having all the wars and everything. Because moles are a unit and radiants aren't. That's why. That's the reason. There's no other problems. We need another coal generator. Exactly, yes. Precisely. Okay, the motor is draining, so which means we can just deconstruct this at this point. This pipe. Measurement of the circle. How could it be a unit? Just wait till you hear about moles. Moles are measurement of the amount of matter. Which is like... so bizarre. I just won't even... Trazen is bowling, though. If we troll the galaxy bowling, I'm chilling. Exactly. Can you... Trazen is just the best. Trazen is just the guy. I'm going to be answered by aliens and stuff. Well, Radiance could be. Well, Radiance is something that could be discovered on, you know, on multiple occasions with no connection, simply because Radiance... For Radiance, you just need to follow a certain set of axioms, which are pretty simple. But yeah, degrees probably no. Degrees are completely arbitrary. You could choose the people who asked it, yeah. That's annoying. That's truly annoying. 95% of things that are annoying and unnecessary in chemistry are just there because of tradition. And that's it. That's the only reason. Calling electron spin spin. Moles. There was another one, but I don't remember it right now. There are so many things in chemistry which just don't make sense unless you know the historical reason for why they exist. And for some reason I'm just really offended by it, apparently. I don't know why, it's funny. Okay, this. We could just deconstruct these pipes, I guess. And then just build it really quickly, but you have to be quick. Actually, you don't mean to tell me it's actually electron spinning, right? Chemistry is hard because a math person. I question so many things and I never get answered, only yelled at. I get that sentiment, and it sucks. Fortunately, my next video will be a chemistry video, so I hope I'll be able to clear some things up. Okay. Right now what we need is we need to deconstruct these two. The 9 priority to all of them. This is the most ambiguous of mind sciences. It actually isn't. I'm glad you added to me. That's very scientific of you. I like that. That's not me being ironic. I genuinely like that. But actually, it isn't. It's just the way it's being taught in schools. Absolutely sucks. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. Schools ruin chemistry for so many people. And that's because they, for some reason, start with, like, general abstract chemistry. Which, I don't know why. That's such an odd place to start. Like, imagine if, in schools, instead of starting with classical mechanics, you would start with astromechanics. When it comes to physics. Imagine how many people would hate physics then. Because then you would try to apply it in your day-to-day life, or actually not even apply it in day-to-day life, that's irrelevant, no. Then you would try to build an intuition behind them and it wouldn't make sense. Like, gravity would be a completely different concept if you just were trying to explain it on an astronomical scale. Or conversely, if that's kind of like starting physics with nuclear physics. Gravity wouldn't make sense. Okay, so right here we want automation which goes up. And then, can we put the NOT gate in the walls? Oh, we can, that's sweet. Okay, and then we want the NOT gate, which will go down and connect like so. And then we want power to all of them. And then we want plumbing like this. And then one of these is going to be too hot, the other one is going to be too cold. And we need to separate them off, so one of them goes like this, the other one goes like this. And so this one is going to be too hot, which is going to cool off. And this one's going to be too cold, which is going to be used as cooling like this. And then this one will go over under this bridge and then just connect to the output. Genius. What's your favorite faction make it? That's a good question actually. What's my favorite? Well, Tau are gaming. I gotta say, when it comes to ideology wise, Tau are absolutely balling with a capital B. If there's one faction I'm rooting for, is the Tau, obviously. At the same time, however, I do believe that Ultramarines should be considered a completely separate faction from the rest of humanity, because Ultramarines have a brain at least. When it comes to humans, as far as humans go, Ultramarines, they're solid. So of course I love the Tau because Tau is like the most scientific faction in entire Warhammer 40k, funny enough. At the same time, I love Tzeentch. If I were in the Warhammer 40k, I would just be a Tzeentch cultist. The Tzeentch is such a shitpost god of chaos. Just good. It's basically the embodiment of good, everything according to plan. I've only watched your math becomes difficult video. That was really good. What did you study in school? Nothing. I haven't. Nothing. Yeah. I'm self-taught. I haven't really studied anything. Math we use formulas, but never try understanding where the formulas come from. No wonder why math seems like biology. As hard. School system awful. Hope it will change. Yeah, it really is awful. Every single equation has an intuition behind it. That's because someone had to create that equation. It's incredibly rare for someone to create equation only by like modifying it and, you know, seeing what it equals to. I've actually never heard of that happening. It's always because of some intuition. But then it's turned into these more complex equations in order to make them easier to use for people who actually are going to use them, you know, scientists and engineers. And then those complex equations are being taught in schools without the underlying intuition, which sucks. And no one to get a degree, or did you learn later on because of curiosity? I'm a generalist. I love math, I love physics, I love chemistry, and schools require you to specialize, which in my opinion is completely reasonable. Most people would like to specialize. Absolute majority of people want to specialize, which is reasonable. When you specialize, you get to pursue the thing that you love the most. And then you get really in-depth in that thing. You become an expert. You get to create a lot of amazing things, help society, further research, and so on. I can't do that. I cannot. I'm a generalist. I could not pick between chemistry, physics, and math. And so, unfortunately, because of that, schools aren't really for me. Also, research isn't for me in general. There isn't really any research that generalists could do. Like, as much as I would like to live in denial and pretend as if there is some way in which a generalist could, you know, help society, it's really not. Like, making YouTube videos is kind of the only thing I have at this point because of that. There really isn't much else I could do. And that's why I'm self-taught. There isn't really anything, there isn't like a generalist degree or something. Oh, but chemistry at least. Well, with my next video, I hope to change your mind. I hope my next video changes your mind on the matter. Should have gone for a quadruple major make. I genuinely thought about it, but that would be so much work. For absolutely no reason for me. Just run in to build one thing, then left. Cool. I've heard of polymaths, they're good multiple subject. I have heard of polymaths, but I prefer the term generalist. It's much more descriptive. Unless polymath is like a genuine scientific, in which case I have no idea. It doesn't help that it's incentivized specialized. I don't think this is actually a matter of incentives, Ninja. Because in this case, if you want to make an impact in the scientific community, you do need to specialize. Like, that's the brutal reality of it all. Simply because if you have 30 scientists... No, that's... Just, here's the thing. A person who specializes in something always is going to achieve more with the research than a person that doesn't. This is going right here, which is the cooling off, which means this one has to be... If it's above 28, then go this way. If not, this way. And right here, if it's below 14. If it's below 28. No, above, there we go. No, never mind, that's fine. And just like that, we are fine. We have correctly... We have water with correct temperature going in. It's great. Quadruple major, I mean 4 times tuition. Oh! Making more videos on YouTube. 65% of us fail 7 degree math. Many people absolutely struggle like seeing a literature, which just triggers me. Science is very interdisciplinary though. It is. However, still specializing is required. So for example, when you look at research, which is done... Like, here's the thing. When it comes to research that goes over multiple disciplines, it's still much better to have multiple specialists than a single generalist. I mean, you can sometimes have a generalist in order to tie everything together, but a generalist will always lack the expertise that the specialist would have. And that lack is a really big problem. The degree doesn't take a job. That's true. The math is hard than the actual math itself, like people being told without a strong mathematical background. That's real. When it comes to hating schools, I am your guy. Not hating schools, hating the way that schools teach stuff, rather. Than hating schools. Starvation. We have so much fried dirt, though. That is genuine fried dirt. Oh, finally! Because we're getting hot water, the plants can actually grow. Okay, deconstruct this. We don't care no more. I planned all of this. What times do you stream at? Absolutely random. Absolutely random. Hi to Joshua, by the way. So sorry, not saying hi. Completely random. It depends on the day, depends on the week, depends. I try to actually vary it up as much as I can to get all time zones their own streams. So right now I'm streaming for the late American time zone and early Indian. No one's really watching for Europe because it's middle of the night in Europe. And with this farm in place, hopefully my duplicants won't have to eat literal dirt no more. That's nice. And when I say literal, I do mean literal dirt. Well, fried dirt to be exact, so it's not that bad. You can have science about often hate literature since it's not very logical, but more about art or something like that. Or maybe because it doesn't have numbers. I wouldn't say that. I feel like it's the two aspects of life, you know? When it comes to art, we could very much use the scientific approach to analyze art if we wanted to. The problem is art is just too complex for us to use this scientific approach. Art is too abstract and too much at the human scale. So it's basically, we could do science for art, it would be just very difficult. That's why we don't do it. And that's why there's this difference between art and science. In science, you have the exact things, you have the exact models and so on and so forth, exact equations. In art, it's more about feeling and whatnot. But I wouldn't say you should hate art just because it's not science. It has its own beauty, just like science does. And midday Australian. Oh, I'm so sorry, I always forget about Australia. And London under. I always forget about it because I just keep forgetting that there's more than 3 continents. I'm not great with geography, you see. Geography is difficult. Alright, now what we need is right here, ideally. We need like a... There we go. Very forgettable. Oh, that's on me. I should just have a tattoo that just says, remember about Australia. Because this is not the first time I've forgotten. I love subjects entirely. A good professor who changed my view on a subject like math. Appreciate all learning in general, not just STEM. Yeah. Yeah, I love science. Not doing physics and math level major, but I think I'm a generalist. Because I can do chemistry or biochemistry, which I love. Physics and math, I mean. Well, if it's any consolation, if it's any consolation, just because you're not doing it right now doesn't mean you won't do it in the future. As in, that's something a lot of people forget about. You are not defined by what you specialize in. Just because you specialize in something doesn't mean you have to give up all the other things. Like, temporarily it might be annoying, but you have to remember that this is still open in the future. What's even better is that you will get to apply your expertise in physics and math in order to quicker learn chemistry, especially in physics. I don't know what exact field, what flavor of physics you're exactly into, but understanding energy physically goes a long way to understand why chemistry even exists. I'm so sorry for foreshadowing this video over and over, but in the chemistry video, which I'm yet to make, that will be the topic of it. The first chapter, at least, will be the fact that, like, understanding why reactions happen is just understanding the energy of molecules. Or not even atoms, or electrons, rather. Physics I do is definitely theoretical astrophysics. Ah, I see. Okay, that is a bit far away from the scales of chemistry. Although astrochemistry exists. But yeah, basically the thing that accelerates, in my opinion, understanding of chemistry the most is just energy. And that's a pretty big deal when it comes to physics. So I think, even though right now, I get why it hurts right now, there is hope for the future. There's a lot of hope for the future. Go and bye, Angel guy. Bye. Have a good one. See ya. In the future, I want to specialize in one niche topic. Well, you will end up loving one niche topic, but these niche topics can often be applied to all sorts of wild maths that you would never think they could even work with. You have no idea just how compatible science is. Different fields. Alright, let's do... Thanks. I'm glad I could cheer you up at least a bit. At least I hope I did. I am a bit biased towards theoretical chemistry because of flame. But still, I think theoretical chemistry is awesome, and theoretical chemistry is what basically gives you understanding behind all of chemistry, so my bias has a reason. There's the guy who plays recorder thing. Make it. How much have you learned in math? Like, up to what level? Oh, not far. I would say... Well, Fourier transform is like the most advanced concept I know. I feel like that's enough of actually optional included for today. Hour and a half? My goodness gracious me. That's a lot of time. To be fair. It is fun. The animation is finished. Oh, look at Morpheus. How lovely. Probably real analysis. Actually, yeah, I don't really know much when it comes to math. It's not as advanced as people may seem. I'm not as clever as people think. I'm really not. I can use math properly though. That's the big upside. I can use it. But basically just when it comes to... Well, here's the thing. When it comes to math, I know just about how much... I know just about... What's wrong with me? Am I having a stroke? Why can I not... Give me a second. There we go. So, what I was saying is, when it comes to math, I only know as much as I have used in physics and chemistry research. So, basically nuclear physics, quantum physics, theoretical chemistry, a bit of thermodynamics and classical mechanics. Math for these 5 subjects. The thing is, I don't actually know all that many complex topics because I always think of tools as the simple ones. I always break them down into the simple tools that are easy to understand. So, I actually don't know how the most complex and most difficult thing. I don't know to what level I'm in math. It sounds smart when you give them 200 hours to research and script and shoot a video. Yeah, it takes a lot of work to sound smart. That's actually more like 10. It takes me 10 hours to make a video, and then 190 hours to think of how to actually rearrange it to make me sound like a genius. Hold on. No, I'm in the wrong place in the script. It's running extremely weak. The planet is throwing around the moon like a ball on the string. Okay, so right here we're gonna need 2 different 160 to... Oh no, it's gonna be a long animation. But to be fair, we can save it as a copy. And then we can delete all of this. Just taking up space. And then all of this. Just also taking up render time. then this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and this should make for a much faster render time. And now 160 plus 60 minus 1, 219, and then what we need is we need this to rotate. Plus 360. And then linear animation. And there we go. And now we can just do... So this could actually be called 0.looped. Then you could have a new folder 1.week. I know what it's called. Just 1.week. Good enough, I guess. And then there we go. Confidence makes one sound smart. I am not confident in my abilities. I do a lot of research for an unnecessary amount, I would say. For example, this is supposed to be a simple, you know, easy, silly video about 4 fundamental forces. And yet, like, we did the whole textbook, not this one, we did the whole textbook about nuclear physics to get to the weak force. And we didn't even get to the weak force of it all in depth. Well, I guess the interactions between them could be weak force, but... Are we animating balls again? We're always animating balls. Animating balls is 90% of my job description. It is a good looking ball though, isn't it? You know, with the glow around it. Someone thought that I'm making my animations in Eevee, by the way, which was hurtful. Eevee is basically... There are 2 rendering engines in Blender. One of them is called Cycles, the other one is Eevee. Eevee is the quick one, Cycles is the nice looking one. This is Cycles. That's why it's rendering in with samples, like, slowly. And that's why I need to add a volume around it to add a glow. But I'm just nerding out about something uninteresting. You know what? I feel like that might be it for today's live stream. 3.5 hours. I'm getting pretty hungry. And I could go to the shops, actually. I should go and buy some groceries. I live in college. The way it is now, not in general, is stupid. But the barrier to enter academia or become professionals like doctor, lawyer, you need that piece of paper. I feel like it should be different, certainly. I feel like it should certainly be different. I already mentioned it on multiple occasions. But there are 2 important ways that education should be restructured, in my opinion. First one is that schools should be divided into 2 separate institutions. Or 2 separate organizations, whatever you want to call it. One of them, which is supposed to introduce people into society. Our societies are extremely complex, so, you know, get everyone used to the fact that people will be around, to walking in groups, to walking together, really build that social cohesion, to get everyone to be nice to each other, and so on and so forth. And then the second one, which would be actually responsible for learning. That's because right now schools are failing at both. They're supposed to do 2 things, and they're kind of failing at both. Knowledge could be much, much better understood if it was... The reason why channels like mine or channels like Free Blue and Brown are much better at explaining things than teachers is because when it comes to the teacher, a teacher has 45 minutes to explain 45 minutes worth of information. When it comes to me, I spend 200 hours to explain 45 minutes of information. I just work a lot more, and it's like much denser, the amount of work I put into any information. Yeah, I've learned more on my own than in school. Precisely. That's precisely what I'm saying. That's why it should be like a separate institution in which you wouldn't go to class, only you would get, for example, videos or textbooks written. You know, something in which someone can spend a lot of time on a single explanation, a single lesson, and then that could be generally distributed to a lot of people in order to make up for that time. And that's why channels like Free Blue and Brown or mine work. That's why they have such... Well, I'm speaking for Free Blue and Brown here, not my channel. That's why they have such amazing explanations. Because you can just afford to spend so much time on an explanation. So that's the first thing I would change. And the second thing, when it comes to jobs like doctors or lawyers, yeah, a piece of paper is important, and I wouldn't change that. When it comes to jobs like doctors or lawyers, you're dealing with a human life. You know, if you're a doctor or lawyer, I wanna know that you have that piece of paper, and I wanna know that you went to med school, and then, you know, you were tested, and then you spent a lot of time shadowing a doctor, or I don't remember what that term is exactly called. I wanna know that you know what you're doing before you cut me open. However, there are a lot of jobs which don't need that. And over there, the obsession with experience and pointless pieces of paper really is hurting. And that's why I really love that's actually another reason, added to the reasons why I love Milo, the mini Minuteman. He's an archaeologist on YouTube, does amazing archaeology science videos. I really like his take about how you don't need to go through academia. You don't need a piece of paper to be an archaeologist. You really don't. Academia should teach you, but it shouldn't be the proof, the bar, the requirement for you to be a scientist. For goodness sake, I consider myself a scientist. I've never gone through academia. I'm a generalist. I just mentioned that. You need a teacher that understands the topic to help both struggling students through it. Yes, Josh, that is also true. That's why for that you should also have access to an actual human that could explain. But that's only if you have a problem with it. That shouldn't be the default. It should be both. Both would work best. So, you know, have the videos or textbooks, you know, that people spend hundreds of hours on, and then if you have any questions, you should have someone to explain it to you. That would be the best of both worlds. The only problem is reforming the education system. Oh, that would be difficult. That would be a massive undertaking. So I don't think we'll see it anytime soon. But something that still can be done. That's actually why I want people to get more politically active. I know it's annoying, I know it's awful, and I know that everyone hates politics. I get it. But we can also change politics. That's another thing. So we should, in my opinion, work to change politics from this polarizing, you know, hating environment into an environment where we actually want to change stuff that don't work properly. An environment in which we actually can do stuff the way we want them to do them. Have the robot give me a surgery. It don't make mistakes like humans. Yeah, I would have a robot do a surgery on me too, if not for the fact that the robots can't do it yet, unfortunately. Right now we get the best of both worlds, which means robots operated by humans. But once robots can do a surgery, obviously they would be much better. Simply because that's, you know, automation, that's how it works. That's actually the same exact scenario. In this case, just someone can spend tens of thousands of hours designing a robot, which then can take over. Online school. Yeah, basically. Online school vaccine. Yeah. I'm a doctor, trust. You don't need to see that piece of paper. Just what I say, trust. Which is kind of like textbooks. Both of those don't work. Why? Well, in this case, the problem, in my opinion, is that consider how much time school is taking up. If students are really meant to study from textbooks, then why do you need to go to school? As I mentioned, you should have a teacher to explain topics that you don't understand, but that's certainly not the default. You certainly wouldn't need it for all of them, would you? I know that for me, as I mentioned, I've learned nothing in school. Absolutely nothing. Everything I've learned, I studied by myself. I'm not saying that's the default, once again, I get it. A lot of people prefer to have someone else explain it to them. Yeah, humans can explain stuff better than a piece of paper, obviously. But at the same time, there's a huge amount of topics where you don't need someone to explain to you. You can just read from a textbook and it would be just fine. Right now, school is set as a default for something that's no longer needed in the age of the internet. You see Michael Reeves surgery robot. Oh yeah, that exists too, but you know, I don't want something too perfect, like, you know, I feel like that robot would be too good for me. I need help at the internet or AI. I wouldn't recommend asking AI just yet, because like AI can give you a lot of really good information broken down in really good ways, but it really sucks that it's prone to hallucination, because that means no matter what the AI tells you, you are going to have to double check it anyway, and there's just so much work. There was gone. I've been stalling here. Now it's going to get 5 hours sleep. Only 6. Well, Ninja, it's similar for me. I need to get back to different work, not actually get hours of sleep. So I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and for conversing. It was, you know what? I really like the way my community is growing. I really like it. This is a great community. I do like the fact I can just talk with you about these topics, and it's just great. So, thank you, everyone. So for now, I suppose I'm gonna go work on all this stuff. That'll be it. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.